Welcome back to Maryland, the home of the Collegiate Rugby Championships National Sevens here for 2025. We are about to start handing out the hardware. Tim Wilkes joined by John. We had a fantastic game leading up to this, but John, coming into this one, a couple of tough teams, not quite the way they were looking for, but Broker should have a great, fantastic match between Harvard and Delaware on our hands.
We certainly should. Don't know if these teams have seen each other too much, really, and played against one another. The Blue Hens playing a different division down there in the Mid-Atlantic. So ready to get this underway. Clemson, interesting, coached by Colton Carriaga. Blue Hens, a good setup. We'll see how this goes.
John Broker taking you through the action here. Off we go as Erasmus gets us moving. This one knocked on into the kick. So we'll have our first scrum of the match and see how the boys in Harvard, the Crimson, can handle the scrums here inside.
Colton Carriaga, a good coach. Harvard, the alumni, putting some resources into this team. They always have, but it may do a little more. So this will be big for them.
Set.
Delaware versus Harvard here, this Premier Shield final.
Out the back they come through Hamana. Trying to streak this one down the right-hand side into the hands of Calhoun. 4 tries on the tournament so far. He leads the team. This time brought down high, says our referee. Quick tap coming. Erasmus again gets things moving. Big skip pass over the top. The wind starting to play effect. 15-mile-an-hour gust from left to right. That one blew it right into the Blue Hens' lap. Now they look to charge. Over the midfield stripe they come. Out to the left-hand side. Into the hands.
No hands, Red.
Now for Delaware of O'Donnell. Takes it in, pick and go. Finds the offload. Continue to streak down the sideline. Back and forth they come. Great work, Nicholas Urso. Number 10, a couple of phases with that one, and now they look to keep things moving. Through Urso, out to the right-hand side. Just dive this one through. Over the 22-meter line they come. Now again, far side, McGraw. 2 tries on the day or on the weekend for him. He dots it down and takes it in. Big time work, Justin McGraw, the junior English education major, dots it down. 3 tries on the tournament as he leads this Blue Hen squad.
Good work there from Delaware to move that ball back and forth across the field. Really able to stretch that Harvard defense. You see the end of it here. Ball goes out from Froden into the hands of McGraw that we were talking about. McGraw just gets around, puts a hand out into one of the Harvard players, able to kind of scoot through. Not the prettiest of dives, but he gets a 5 points nonetheless, so he'll be happy with that.
So McGraw puts it up on the board. The number 7 seed out of 8 in their quarter of the bracket. Trying to make their way through a couple of losses yesterday before beating Nazareth in their 3rd and final match of the day, and then a 22-17 victory over Loyola, Maryland earlier today.
Time is on.
Set up here, back ready to go again. In this Delaware squad, just one person with multiple tries, and that was McGraw. Everybody else, we've got 9 other guys with 1 try. They spread the ball around equally, and they're able to take this one off of the kick at the 22-meter line. They look to charge again.
High tackle.
Great double tackle, sends McGraw back this time, and finally into touch.
The Blue Hens
Referee, maybe a quick word with the AR.
Referee and assistant referee conferring here.
As our referee has a chat
With
our
no
AR
force?
about something that went on.
Low force. Okay, good. Yellow card. Here you are. 14? Is that what you said?
USA swim cap.
Okay, so you're leading with the elbow.
Yes, sir.
Coming in, you made contact with the face. It's low degree of danger, but you're going to have to still take 2 minutes. Right?
Off the field for 2 minutes goes Justin McGraw. That's going to be a tough one, Tim. We'll take another look at it here. You see,
time is on.
not really malicious, but did make contact with the head. So that's what calls it right there. So 2 minutes with an extra player for the Crimson.
It's a great spot from the AR there. As we've got some of the best referees from the entire country here representing NCR, National Collegiate Rugby, here at the CRCs. Delaware pushing hard on the defensive end, end up throwing them over, though. Off their feet they go, and so a penalty back for Harvard. And the Crimson again trying to make that skip pass. Wind really starting to play havoc with it, but they take it over the midfield stripe. one to beat. Right through the defense they go, but they lost it forward. Out of bounds it goes. The first real burst from Harvard there, John, but ends up in touch back with Delaware.
You saw that ball get caught up on the wind there from the Harvard Crimson. This is going to be going right through the rest of the championship games for the rest of the day. Players are going to have to deal with that wind as they go. You can see the assistant referee's flag there, certainly showing you how much it's blowing.
Yeah, only 74 degrees out here, so a nice comfortable afternoon in Maryland. But that breeze definitely starting to move the ball around the pitch a little bit more. We'll see if Harvard maybe uses the boot to their advantage some here in the first half. Nice quick tap back, but I believe they did not go the required 5 meters, so it'll be a free kick back for Harvard.
That's what it appears to be. Referee did not see that one go the entire distance.
Yeah, just looking for where that ball is caught. You see that dashed 5 meter line close to the sidelines. Got to make sure you catch it behind there. They didn't. Now the turnover, and Harvard looks to make them pay. Down the right-hand side they come. Calhoun gets it off. Just a couple of meters out now. Calhoun back with it again. Off to the left-hand side. They've got numbers out there. Beautiful skip pass. Finds its target this time. And they dot it down with authority. And the Crimson are up back on the board. 5-5 your score.
Crimson, great job there. Just pulled all the Blue Hens players to one side of the field. Easy couple of passes, gets the ball out there. Didn't have to go too far. Try awarded to the Harvard Crimson. Well done to tie this one up.
Blue, can I just have you outside the 22 for the kick?
Both teams looking potent so far as we take a second look, John.
Red, you have 5 seconds.
Nice wide pass there, even in the wind. No problem for this Harvard player to come and touch this one down. Well done to the Crimson. That's what you get. Make a big break, get some powerful runners in there, just condense that defense. It's going to work well, and the kick is good, so they're going to take the lead.
7-5 with it. You mentioned it. There's that skip pass. Finds its target. They learned their lesson there, John. A couple of deep passes went a little bit forward of the target, but this time pinpoint accuracy gets them the try and the 2-point lead. We are under 1 minute left to play in the first half of action here in this Shield final in the Premier Division.
Oh, just kidding. Ready? Time
Erasmus gets us ready to go again. Time back on. 30 seconds to a minute left here in the first half. Kick almost finds an opening, but nice take there from behind by Urso, and he bursts through. Caught from behind. Gives him a little wiggle out to the right-hand side. Offload, hits the hands and knocks forward. Could not complete the pass there to Luke Love. Turnover back to Delaware, who will have one final opportunity to see if they can retake the lead.
Guys, Marcus here.
Tough luck there. Urso put out the pass, and Luke Love just couldn't quite handle it. Maybe it was that little bit of wind there. Referee saying this is the last play of the half. We'll see if the Crimson can capitalize.
Set.
Yeah, for Harvard yesterday, a couple losses to Notre Dame and Texas A&M, but then a victory over Babson and a win today over Fordham, 12-7. Have them here in the Shield final, looking to take home hardware at the CRCs. Out to the left-hand side they go. Options either side. Into contact, they take it. Now back out to the left-hand side. Erasmus, the weak side, finds a little bit of a gap. But just stepped on the line, and that will take us to half. Harvard 7, Delaware 5. We'll return with the second half in a few.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch, we are the bind, we are the set, we are the squeeze, we are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
A warm welcome back to Maryland. We are ready to get the second half of this men's premier Shield final underway. Harvard with the 2-point lead, and the Blue Hens will get this one restarted deep into the Crimson end of the pitch. Finally recovered just 10 meters out, but led astray right into touch. And Delaware looks to take it quick, but they're already on the line, are the Crimson, so we'll come back to the line out.
Yeah, referee to bring it back there. It looked like player there from Harvard, Christian Kahane, just had a little mistake, didn't realize he was as close to touch as he was, tried to put the ball back in. But it's going to be a Blue Hen line out here. They can retake the lead just 30 seconds in. Great opportunity for them.
Again, Kuhane already with one try. He is their leading scorer. 4 coming into this match. As we take a second look, just knew he had it there out of bounds. Now the maul is formed. Driving maul, not something you see much in the sevens game. Ripped out of there, and now into contact they go. Lawrence tries to take this one in, dishes it off to the left-hand side. Up another pick and go. Over the line, but can he dot it down? No, says the referee. Dean Lawrence stretches over but couldn't take it. Will come back to the offsides in the maul. So a penalty back 10. One more opportunity for Delaware.
Space open up over here for Delaware if they can go. They're going to slow this one down just a little bit. Give it to Schultz.
Jack takes his time here. Schultz with the quick tap. Fake out to the left-hand side, come back to the right. Schultz looking for the line. Smashes through the final defender and dots it down. Big-time try for Jack Schultz, the freshman. Undecided, his major out of Hartford, Pennsylvania. Dots it down and takes the lead back for the Blue Hens.
Yeah, good work here, Schultz. You see just the move there from Urso, comes back around, gets it back to Schultz. Schultz able to just scurry in the corner there, no problem. Great moment for that first-year player in this Shield final, getting 5 points on the board.
Might be undecided on his major, but very decisive with the ball there. Smashes his way in and dots it down, and back and forth we go, John, as we take another look.
Yeah, back across the Urso, just gets there. That defender just overcommitted across the other way from Harvard, so a little bit of an issue there. And no problem just putting that one into the space in the corner.
Wind continues to push this one left to right. Harvard now with it, down by 3 here in this Shield final, 4 minutes away from crowning a champion here in the Shield bracket. Not exactly the way these teams were hoping things to go over the weekend, a couple early losses, but still an opportunity to take home some hardware. Off to the left-hand side. Harvard scoots this one over the 22-meter line, trying to find some space here on the near side. Good cut back in. Aiden Pearl into contact, but right there to pick it off is the Blue Hens. Off to the left. Good job cutting back in through the teeth of the defense. Opposing number 10 trips him up. 5 meters out now for Delaware. Off to the left. Maybe thought they had numbers out there, but a good job cutting back inside. This one trickles back. Dean Lawrence able to hop on top of it. A tussle for it inside the ruck, and the penalty given, not releasing the call against Harvard. They'll be sent back 10. There's the quick tap. They look to score. Over the line and in. Nicholas Urso dots it down. The senior gets it done and extends the lead now 15-7 for Delaware.
Good work by Urso. The whole team from Harvard wasn't back 10 anyway, so it was going to be a challenge, be another penalty, but Urso able to tap it here. You see the players outside of the line just not retreating, and Urso just puts the head down, decides he's had enough. Nick Urso from West Hartford, Connecticut, Conard High School product, touches down 5 here at the CRCs.
Beautifully done, just taking that contact, driving the defender into the goal and dotting it down. Great work. It's 2 consecutive tries for the Blue Hens, have them on top. Again, they were down by 2 at the half, looking to come away with the victory and get the Shield final here. Another deep kick, third of the half. This one's going to trickle all the way back out. Didn't look like it was touched, so believe we'll come back to midfield for a free kick.
Yeah, all the way back to the 50-meter line with this one. If they could just held it in the wind a little better, the Blue Hens would have worked out well. You can see their tactic. They just want to keep Harvard deep in their end for the next 2 minutes. Right now, Harvard, a good attacking position here.
Look to find some space on the left-hand side.
No.
Erasmus has been the workhorse for him today.
Your tackle assist.
Did not release, did the Blue Hens, so they'll go back 10 with the penalty here. Erasmus back in the action, swings it out to the right-hand side. 2v1 on the outside. We'll just take it into contact. Laszlo Somlé keeps things moving. Big shove from the Blue Hens, but they're able to retain possession. Say again, finds his target. There's some speed here on the near side. Puts the brakes on, gets around. Torres, good job. Back to Erasmus. 25 meters out.
Ball.
Swing it again. Back into the hands of Somlé. He's got numbers on the outside. Beautiful little pass, finds its target, needs the return, and he's there for it and dots it down. Great work by Laszlo Somlé, getting back into the action after he put it off to the right-hand side, dots it down, and Harvard needed that one. 1 minute left to play, and it's a 1-score game.
It is a 1-score game with 1 minute left to play. Even if this conversion doesn't matter all that much, just want to take it quickly and get the ball back in their hands. Somlé able to take that one, touch it down, but it's going to be another opportunity here for the Crimson to win this game. Down 1 or 3.
Get the second ball off of the pitch and get ready to decide your Shield champion. 15 seconds left on the watch, says our referee. They need to strike quickly. This one's knocked on, but contact in the air is going to draw the card, and he will be sent off. Nicholas Torres, unlucky. He will spend the rest of the match in the bin.
And that is going to be the match.
The Blue Hens, John, get it done. 2 tries in the second half is enough to take it.
Certainly is. Good work with the Blue Hens. Well-deserved win there. Just a couple little late mistakes from the Crimson. Good weekend for both teams. Blue Hens should be very proud.
So the Delaware Blue Hens, with those 2 tries in the second half, take the victory, and they are your 2025 Collegiate Rugby Championship Shield victors. We'll step aside. We've got more action coming your way next. Keep it tuned here to the Rugby Network. Welcome back. We are ready to go here for the CRC's time to crown the Premier Bowl champion. as we are just about ready to go. Virginia Tech taking on Fairfield College. I'm Tim Wilkes, joined by Mike Petrie. And Mike, we have a couple of really tough teams here. They've worked their way through, had the quick loss yesterday, but they each reeled off 3 straight victories to get here.
And that's what I love about Sevens, Tim. They might have lost and they didn't make their way to the big dance, but they're still alive, they're still fighting, and they're still running.
Nice little pass out.
So Fairfield gonna take this one all the way through and dot it down for the try. The quick effort there comes to fruition, and they're able to take the first 5 points up on the board.
And that was quick as right. How about that? Fairfield strikes first. No sooner than we could even introduce the game, Tim. And look at this. A little bit of an off step. Just gets his defender off balance. Look at that offload. Backhanded into a support runner. Excellent stuff. So just a little sidestep, get his defender off balance, a little bit of a fend, and then a backhand offload to an oncoming support runner. Well done, Fairfield, in the first strike of the game.
Not an easy thing to do there. Off 1 foot with contact, was able to dish it off and give them the advantage. Minute 40 into this one. Virginia Tech, can they respond here? They're able to come away with the restart, but drug all the way inside their own 22. Great tackle there, Gavin O'Hara, getting it done for the Stags. Now a line break. Here for Virginia Tech, throws this one back, but it bounces right off the chest. That's a knock on. Fairfield back with it, advantage over. They kick this one through, and the chase is on. Fairfield Stags already up by 7, need the scoop here. They're able to take it 5 meters out before the pass comes back. There's our try scorer previously, out to the right-hand side. Discombobulated, they're able to retain possession, but we'll come back, I believe, to a previous knock-on. So good defense for Virginia Tech, not out of the woods yet. They'll have the scrum 7 meters from their own try line.
Wow, what a scramble that was. Kick ahead by Fairfield. Chase was on. I don't know, I think Fairfield was looking for a late hit there off the kick. I know that the kicker certainly was, but play on. Ball bounces around in the backfield, and eventually, like you said, Tim, Virginia Tech answers the call on defense and keeps Fairfield out of the try zone. So a big scrum for them a couple meters from their own line.
See what they're able to do with it. Big time pressure from the Stags. They're able to step through one, go across the 5 meter line. Needs support to arrive, and it did so just in time. Still inside their own 5 meter line. Let's see if they can get the boot away. Again, wind 15 miles an hour left to right, so we'll see if that becomes part of their strategy here. Into contact. Lewis Bickey takes it in, and now a penalty going to be given. Believe not rolling away there. And Virginia Tech, maybe an exit strategy here, Mike.
And a good tackle there by Fairfield, but just not enough to get out and away from the breakdown situation. So penalty against Fairfield. Virginia Tech has a chance here to reset their engines. And like you said, Tim, may have wanted to see them play a territory game, but they're going to get a set-piece strike move going here from this free kick.
Using the boot, not something you see every day in the sevens game. Have to chase that. But right now, they're going to work it back in. This one off the hands. Almost a full interception there from Guinta. 2 tries, almost had his 3rd there. We play on. Just a knock on, not an intentional penalty. And there's a nice little break. Across the gain line they come. Still dragging defenders all the way across the midfield stripe. Thought about going left. Now he'll pump fake and give it back to him. There's a little tap, but he's able to recover it. They're going to take this one the distance. Beautiful work, and Virginia Tech with the response they so desperately needed. The diving try, Gavin Lockwood, his 3rd of the tournament.
And a big try for Lockwood and a big moment for Virginia Tech. What an effort that was from them. Take a look at this. Spin the ball wide to the outside channel. Great line from Lockwood, and then lots of green grass in front of him. And here he goes off to the races. Gives a nice little dive at the end, but maybe just thinks twice of it as he's about to go down and says, that looks like it might hurt. So tucks in a little bit, but style points still there, Tim. I give him 9 out of 10 style points.
Tremendous effort. You make a pick like that and take it the distance, you can do whatever you want. Think about it later. But the senior from Mount Olive, New Jersey, puts his team back in striking distance, down by 2. Under 2 minutes left to play here in the men's Premier Bowl final. Hardware on the line. The Hokies send this one high into the Maryland sky. Tapped backwards by the Hokies, the referee says. We play on. Fairfield right at the midfield stripe, looking for some space, trying to go through the teeth of the defense. Good job, nice carry there. Good 15 meters across even after contact. Now they'll swing it out to the right-hand side. A little bit of space out there, through one, looking for an offload, finally finds it, but he hits the deck. Good work there from Guinta, always lurking for those offloads. Again, he is their leading try scorer, him and Nathaniel Ryan. Into contact, now goes the Stags, looking for some space. They'll swing it right now. A little bit of space out there, got a 2v1. Great ball movement, into contact they go. Splits the defense, skirts past one, final one at the 22-meter line, and they'll take it the entire way. Gavin O'Hara, the 5'10", 200-pound senior, dots it down and extends the lead now for Fairfield, 12-5.
And O'Hara makes it look good here at the end. Some fends, some side steps. He's the one that gets the pay dirt for Fairfield. But how about, I bet every single player on the team touched the ball. What I was most impressed with, Tim, as I watched this unfold, their accuracy in passing. They were on the money. Their balls were spot on. They had flow. They had rhythm to their attack. And then their decision-making in contact. They were looking for support. They were looking for offloads, but they didn't throw them when it wasn't on. They kept possession, went through phases. That was outstanding work from Fairfield.
Beautiful timing, gets them the try. Conversion no good, so we remain 12-7 the score. As Fairfield now should be the final play as they send this one off high. Virginia Tech knocks this one forward, it seems, and Fairfield come right back with it. Good job retaining possession. Support arrived just in time. Now they'll swing it out to the right-hand side. Defense comes up with high pressure. Into contact they come. Little space on the right. They're able to sneak through. Big time fend again over the 22-meter line. Good tackle there. Went for the legs. Smartly done. But they're able to retain possession and keep things moving. Through the hands of Guinta. Off to the left, Arnold continues to swing it out to the near side of the pitch. O'Hara, our previous try scorer, takes this one over the 22-meter line, but was brought down illegally so with the high tackle.
Again, great accuracy from Fairfield. They're going to go for a line out. They ask the referee. They have some time. We're over the 7-minute mark here, so we're playing in the bowl final, though. So plenty of time remaining for them to put this one out. They'll have a set-piece strike that they'll set up. But I really love the accuracy that they're showing, the patience that they have on attack. They're spinning the ball, using their width, and then when they hit contact, they're looking for offloads, looking for oncoming receivers, but they're spinning, they're fending. They are really just throwing everything they have into these collisions, and that's what's given them the upper hand so far in this one.
So Fairfield here, 10 meters out from the try line. Trying to get the backs. Make sure they're back 10 out there as we also match numbers in the line out. Fairfield Stags looking to put an exclamation point on a very good first half. They'll go with the driving maul. The shove continues. Guinta pulls this one back. Recycles possession. Right in the center of the pitch. Nice little break. Not held. Pops back up to his feet. Into contact they come. Changing jerseys throughout the tournament. Not too sure the name on 23. We'll try to see if we can get that at halftime. Off to the right-hand side they come. Through O'Hara, the try scorer. Continue moving things wide. Nice little return pass. The loop and the score. Dots it down. Great job using the field, the entire field, and dots it down at the edge. Another 5 up on the board for the Stags.
And Fairfield looking sharp as we close in on the end of this first half. But take a look at this wrap play out of this breakdown. So you'll see he's playing scrum half, gives a pass, wraps around to the outside, and then check out the stutter step. All it does is just set the defender off balance just enough to raise his shoulders, and then over he goes into the corner. Like you said, Tim, stretching the field, using the width, finding space on the outside. Fairfield has been clinical so far in this first half.
So we'll step aside. That is halftime. 17-7 your score. We'll come right back with the Premier Bowl final, second half on the way.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready, up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This is going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airwaves very soon.
Welcome back to the CRCs. We are ready for the second half and to crown our bowl final champion here. Silverware on the line, and it's a quick take from Fairfield, already up by 10, ready for more. Gavin O'Hara looking for the double, dots it down, and gives his team another 5 points in a quick strike as we go here, Mike.
5 points in 8 seconds. That's not bad, Tim. That's a great start for Fairfield. And again, I have just mentioned they are looking clinical in this. Look at this take through the air. Jumping across that 10-meter line. I mean, that was just class. That was absolute class from Fairfield. Really well done. Great start to the second half.
They did the same thing in the first, a quick try within the first 60 seconds, and they get another one here. But, Mike, what a great effort there. So often that ball is flirting with that 10-meter line and get a little bit shy with it, but he was able to jump up and take that one and turn on the Jets to take it the distance.
Yeah, you're right. There's so much indecision from both teams about is it going to go 10, is it not going to go 10, but that was commitment. When you go up in the air like that, you are committed. You got your eye on one thing, and that is the ball, and he was only going one direction, and that was forward.
So this one hits the deck and trickles out into touch. So I don't think the Hokies touched that one, so they will have the line out here. But pinned inside their own end, and Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of possession so far from Virginia Tech.
Now they really have been starved of possession, is right. We've seen a lot of play from Fairfield. It's looked really good. It's earned them 22 points on the scoreboard, but Virginia Tech just really hasn't had a chance to get their engine started.
Fine, happy.
They did knock that one out into touch, but they're able to steal this one off of the line out. Charged down beautifully by Fairfield. Great job. I think that was Guinta that got his hands on it. No fear of the ball. Got it back and keeps them pinned inside their own 22. They look for some space on the right-hand side. Just have to kick this pass forward. Goes into touch, and that is where Fairfield will have the next line out inside the 22.
Virginia Tech just having some trouble getting out of their own end. You see they wanted to try to find some space in behind, maybe play a little bit of territory at least, put it into space with a kick, make it a foot race, but it gets knocked down. And so Fairfield stays down this end, but an overthrow at the line out.
No favors going their way. They are playing against the wind, about 15-mile-an-hour gusts here in Maryland. A beautiful 70-degree day, but the heat Fairfield is heating up here. That one knocked on, and Virginia Tech coughs it up again. Another turnover. And as we've mentioned here in the second half, only getting about 20, 30 seconds, not enough to really stack things on top of each other. Just that one break was even an interception for the try.
Yeah, you're right. And every possession in the Sevens game matters. And you cannot give the ball up that quickly to your opposition, especially when you're trying to fight your way back into a game. So Virginia Tech's got quite a mountain to climb, not a lot of time to do it, and as Fairfield continues to just go forward.
Good stuff by the scrum half all the way around, and then flicks it back to the opposite side. Finds a great effort there from Gwinta, but could not take it across. 5 meters out now. Into contact again goes Arnold.
No, didn't get.
Support arrives in time. They're able to get this one moving again. Off to the right. Nice little setup. Pitches this one up over the top with the skip pass. Gwinta stretches and dots it down for the try. Great work there from Christopher Gwinta, his 4th of the tournament for the senior finance major.
And Gwinta with the go-go gadget arms to get that one outstretched over the try line. He was dragging in a Virginia Tech defender by the ankles, but another backhanded offload. And look at this, get off the bus. It is full. And again, another just steamrolling run. Finds himself back into open space in the far channel. And look at this. Big finish there on the outside. There's that outstretched arm onto the try line. Really well done from Fairfield. They are looking good in this final.
And they have won 3 straight games. A 10-point win over Loyola Maryland, 3-point win over Drury, and then the final victory earlier today, 17-12 over Walsh. But here now, their biggest victory on the weekend so far, 27 points up on the board for the Fairfield Stags as they send this one deep again off the restart. Secured possession nicely this time for Virginia Tech. Mateo Baffi took it into contact, and now they look for space. Center of the pitch here, but not even a crack of an opening there, as they're able to continue to play solid defense. They're coming up hard charging as they try to get it out wide, and then an errant pass backs them up even closer to the try line. They'll just have to touch this one down. Goes out the back, and so we'll have a 5-meter scrum for the Fairfield Stags.
Let's go,
You're right, Jim. There is no daylight. There are absolutely no leaks in this Fairfield defense. As Virginia Tech, you see the frustration there just mounting for them in this final. They've worked so hard to get here, and they have just run into what looks to be, at this point, an unstoppable force in this Fairfield team. They are determined to really put a stamp on this final and walk away with some hardware.
Yeah, you mentioned the frustration. That was their number 8, their leading try scorer, Logan Mooney there. Has not been able to get one down so far here this afternoon. Good job repelling the Stags that time. Look for some space. Not much happening. Nice looping run. Tries to reset the numbers here. To the outside they come. Nice tackle. Got back to his feet, released it, and tried to dot it down, but lost it forward. Will come back for the 5-meter scrum. Unlucky there for the finish.
And again, look at this. Love the spin, love the release. Everything looked awesome except, oh, look at that. You can see the expression in his face. That was just, he needed some glue on the ends of his fingers to put that one down. But what an effort to spin forward, release the ball quickly, pick it up, and then lunge for that try line. You could just see the determination from this Fairfield team.
Shout out to Chris Corrin there, number 15 for Virginia Tech. Did not give up, made that final hit that dislodged the ball. And now Fairfield again, there's the stab kick through. The chase is on, but this one sets up nicely, and the Hokies are able to turn this one back. Vasily looking for some space. Offload back into the center. Again, that door slammed shut so quick, it looked like there might be an opening in the center, but Fairfield working so hard on the defensive end, this time a little too aggressive with the offsides.
Last play, gentlemen, last play.
We are over the 14-minute mark. You hear the referee, final play. Virginia Tech looking to try and get their first try of the second half. Beautifully done out to the right-hand side, and is Logan Mooney looking for his 6th try of the tournament, and frustration turns into a score. Still not happy with it, but an excellent try to give them something to cheer about here for Virginia Tech.
It's something to stand tall about for sure. They've worked so hard to get to this final. They earned themselves that last try of the game. You can see Fairfield chasing them all the way through to the end as Mooney just puts this one through. Again, you see the frustration, but how about that 2-on-1 draw and pass down the sideline? Virginia Tech can hold their heads high. They ran into a great Fairfield side. Fairfield was clinical start to finish. That was fun to watch, Tim, and that's why I love 7-foot.
Great to have you with us, Mike. An excellent try there for the senior. His final sevens try of his career as Mooney dots it down, but not enough in the tank. And the Fairfield Stags are your 2025 Bowl champions. They take home the hardware, and we've still got more to dish out, so don't go anywhere. Plenty of rugby on the docket when we return.
All right, we continue on. Some more hardware to hand out. Penn Holden with you. Mike Petrie stays along. Mike, you and I got the next two, and we'll see Clemson and Kutztown here in the Premier Plate Final. Kick there from Kutztown, and Clemson in the white kits. Both these clubs playing for a little bit of hardware. Be nice to see them put on a good show here in what will be their final match here of the day. Clemson working deep in their own territory, and they mishandle it there.
And that's a tough start for Clemson. You can see the frustration from their reaction to that drop pass, because this sets up Kutztown now, a 5-meter scrum just about. Just so close to that Clemson try line. This is not where you want to be with your backs up against your own goal line. They've got to hold strong here on defense. Kutztown's a really good set-piece team. Let's see if they can knock this one in.
Little crisscross there, and right on cue, Mike Petrie. They indeed knock it in. That one to ground, and that's perfect execution. Aiden Smith doing it and finishing it off.
And what a finish that time from Smith. Just one-on-one, but it starts up front. That was a fantastic scrum from Kutztown. Set a really good platform, and we've seen them do this. Look, the ball comes out, but they do a great job of just turning that scrum to the left-hand side. And what that does, they get that left wheel on it. That takes all three Clemson defenders out of the picture, and now you go one-on-one. There we go. That's exactly what you're trying to set up. Little step, little fend. Just enough to put the defender off balance, and what a finish from Smith.
The pride of Trumbull, Connecticut, putting one down there, and a terrific start for Kutztown here with the plate on the line. It's a good-looking kit. Clemson will get it back here 2 minutes into this Premier Plate final. Or will they? Kutztown trying to get it, but they knocked it on.
Alexander Richards. It's going to be a scrum to Clemson.
Kutztown goes heavy after the kickoff, trying to just keep the momentum going. You can see here going up in the air. Nice kick. Great accuracy, putting it just over that 10-meter line, and then whoa, just beyond the reach as he lunges forward to bring that one in. But Clemson trying to get their engine started here, haven't had much possession, and even here, just tough to get it out of the back of that scrum.
Struggling a bit here to start, but they get it free and get it back. Ben Thompson played it out.
Okay. Good, thanks.
It's a penalty call going the way of Kutztown.
And another knock-on that time, Ben, against Clemson. So 2 unforced handling errors from them, and both of them happening in their own 22, setting up Kutztown for another opportunity here. We saw how well they executed the last time around just a minute or so ago off the last scrum. So let's see if they can have some more magic happen here at the back of this one.
Chris Cleland has it in his hands, looking for some help. Looking for a little direction, some pace coming. Patiently carrying here with it. Benedict Quinn. Pulled out by Aiden Smith, who just had that try, and here they go again. Not right out of it, but it leads to another try for him, and it's Alexander Richard putting it down.
And that was a great line from Richard and great patience from Kutztown. They held the ball in the middle of the field a little bit. What that does, take a look at this. They come out quickly out of this breakdown, so it's quick recycle ball, and then watch Clemson shoot up out of line, and then you'll see a maroon and black jersey just come into your picture frame there. What Clemson did was they came up too quick, too aggressive, and so that little bit of disjoint in their defensive line, Kutztown reads it like a book, gets in behind them. Great line from Kutztown that time.
Looking sharp here in their final match here in the tournament. Day 2 on the men's side. It'll all culminate tomorrow. Women will close things out. Clemson will try this again here. Kutztown in there on the challenge. Richard got a hand on it. They get the ball back again.
No, you never on
Does
the ball.
Kutztown. Aggressive on those kicks, and right now they're being rewarded with it. Up a dozen here, and on the attack again with speed coming. Quinn to ground.
Advantage here.
Advantage here for Kutztown.
We calling it intentional? No, just a knock on.
Knock on.
And a knock on the tackle.
Knock on by Clemson. It's going to be
No card, just a knock on is called.
Tough call against Clemson that time for the knock-on in the tackle as the defensive player lunged forward to jar that ball loose, and in doing so, gets a knock-on called against them. So Kutztown now, another opportunity here at set piece, and Clemson really just continues to be starved of possession and not have any opportunity offensively to get anything going, and there it is, reaches forward. And you would think, in theory, Ben, that it's a great tackle, knocks the ball loose, right, forces a fumble, if you will, but instead, because the arm swings forward, you're getting called for a knock-on in that situation, so it goes against you.
Cole Frank, the one that was guilty there. Here's Kutztown once again from this scrum. Seen how good they've been out of set piece. This time, though, they mishandle it, turned over. Tigers have it. Van Rooyen able to pick it up. Final minute here of the first half. 12-point lead for Kutztown. They're set. Nowhere to go for Clemson. They're just 5 away from their own line.
intentional knock.
Call there against Kutztown, and Clemson quickly restarting. But discombobulated again, and this one bounces into touch.
And another unforced error that time. They get the penalty that they've needed to try to get some momentum. They quick tap. They find some space upfield. The pass just doesn't find its intended target. So a couple of knock-ons for Clemson. A couple of miscues in terms of your passing and synergy there. But remember, Ben, this is the second day, so your end of the tournament here. These guys have been through an absolute gauntlet over the past 2 days. They're tired. They're banged up. And look at this, Kutztown, though, showing no signs of wear and tear as they slice and dice.
No, Henry Thomas reaches for the head, looks fine on that run, but went down a little hard there, but he gets it down for another 5 here for Kutztown. Slow to get up.
Yeah, it looks like he went into the boards there, if you will. Give you a hockey reference, Ben. Just slides into those back fence. So it comes up a little bit slow. But again, just a little bit of enough of a sidestep
We're at half.
to just put defenders off balance and finds a seam. And there he goes. Speaking of off balance, too much momentum straight into the fence. That doesn't feel nice, I bet.
Kick's no good. We're at half.
No, the initial shot, though, right on the ground, and that's the halftime break. It's all Kutztown here in this Premier Division plate final, playing for some hardware here. They're on top of Clemson big here at halftime.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection.
Fans getting free stuff, T-shirts, all kinds of goodies being handed out. What a turnout they've had here. Day 2 of 3 here in the CRC Sevens National Tournament. We're in the Premier Plate Final here. Clemson Tigers down 19 rip here at halftime. With Mike Petrie, my name is Ben Holden, and Kutztown, they have looked dazzling in this match so far.
They really have. They've looked sharp, but I'll tell you what, Clemson Tigers, they are led by USA 7's Eagle and 15's Eagle, Troy Hall, a legend of the game here in the United States. Passionate guy. If anybody's got an answer for this with his program, it would be Troy. And you rest assured he's in there talking to them about how important it is to just clean up some of those unforced errors that they had. We saw a couple knock-ons, a couple of passes that didn't find their targets. But if they can get their engines going, we could be in for a great second half here.
See how it all unfolds here. Kutztown with the possession here. Tackle there made to avoid any further pickup, but they take it out of there quickly. Little dummy to the outside, now cutting back in. That's Chris Cleveland with it. Whipped down to the turf, he is. Smith in there on the clean out. Clemson, though, comes up with the pill. William Parrott's got it. So this might be the start for Clemson here you were referring to. They can get it going here. Quickly to ground, went Cole Frank, puts it back. On that far side, 1v2 over there. Not much happening there. Clemson quickly to it. Now back inside of their own 22. Kutztown doing the job defensively here. That's Frank with the carry. Got the ball free into the hands there of Campbell Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen.
And you got the ball.
Clemson pulls it free. Parrott. Out to halfway.
Time.
And after about
6.
90 seconds or more.
Got a card coming.
Can't be.
I see a yellow card.
And that's on Clemson. And that's Ben Thompson headed to the bin here.
And that's a discipline issue there for Clemson. They had so much momentum, so much energy going forward, and I believe the call is going to be a yellow card for around the neck on the cleanout. So here it is. You can see him there in a headlock. Whoa. What a job from our camera crew. And that's like, look at that, drives him into the ground. Referee has front row seats to that one. Yellow card indeed, and Clemson just more woes for them as they started to finally get some wind in their sails and stopped abruptly from that yellow card.
Yep, 7-on-6 we play here. Kutztown at halfway. They pop one down and over and through, and Clemson will get to it. There's the guilty party. Thompson in the sin bin. Kutztown now with possession here. Clear announcement there from the referee, and clear to see. Kutztown will take another one home. That one put down. Nicely done. They get it home, and it's 24-0 now.
And Kutztown now just starting to run away with this one as we hit the 10-minute mark. So still, though, like we say, Ben, all the time, anything can happen in sevens. You can score very quickly in this game. But right now, this is looking like Kutztown is on their way to earning some hardware in this one, as Clemson has not yet had an answer for the Bears.
Conversion, upper left corner there was good. So tack on 2 more here for Kutztown. Looking sharp here in their final match here in the tournament. The Premier Plate Final. The Golden Bears in great shape here. Kick goes 10. They've been really good in that department. They come up with another one there. That's Cameron Thurtell that got up to get it. High on that look to the back, into the hands of Toby Gray now, number 6. Pulled free, little goose step there from Quinn. Quinn went back, now goes forward and goes forward plenty, still with it. Looking great. Look at this young man. This is Aiden Smith. Second time he's found his way in to put one down. And the Golden Bears have opened it wide open.
And that was some serious individual effort that time from Aiden Smith for Kutztown. I mean, he had no options in front of him, but look at this. Sidestep, 1 missed tackle. Here comes another one. 2 missed tackle. 3 missed tackle. There's 3 white jerseys, 4. Oh, my gosh, those guys had double shots at him. And he just runs away with this one. Moving that was some fancy footwork there, Ben. Just some real good open running when he got into the open field, opened his stride up, some gallop into space, but the lateral movement that time from Smith, wow, that was good.
Very fleet of foot, and Kutztown, once again, they have made a living on these kicks and taken them away. Call against Clemson there in the offside, and here comes Kutztown again. Pressing the issue, leading 31-0. Got help if they want it. They play, and they use that help right there. And that is another one that is put down. Ben Collison puts it down.
And Collison gets another one for Kutztown as Clemson just really scrapping away, though. How about it? Not giving Kutztown anything easy. So nice offload pass into space, but Clemson just chasing through to the end. You got to give them credit for the heart they're showing in this game. They haven't had a whole lot go their way, but one thing's for sure, they've been scrappy, they've been gritty, they've earned their place in this final. They've just run into a very well-drilled Kutztown side.
Yeah, they look in sync, no question about it. Their set piece has been great. I believe they're at 4 kicks they've taken and come away with. Yeah, that didn't go 10, and it went into touch, so Clemson will come out to halfway here in the final 30 seconds here of the Premier Plate Final.
He's going back.
Good push here on the defensive side.
Watch your timing.
Tigers looking for something up the middle. Didn't get it. Never materialized. Jack down with it. He's wrestled down.
Advantage here.
Clemson playing the advantage. And they'll bring it back and reset here.
And Clemson still fighting, still trying to earn themselves some points on the board in this one. You can't help but cheer for them. They've earned it. Oh, he had his runner there, but they're still alive. Good breakdown, move the ball. Let's see if Clemson can get one in on this final play of the game. That would be exciting for Clemson fans.
See if they can avoid the shutout. 38-0 is the count right now. From halfway, they play it back. Play it back deep now. Going into what they want. Offloaded their back. Got some help there if they want it. Connor Mitchell decided to keep it. Bonus time and then some here, but Clemson here in the final passage of play. Playing on, as you say, Mike. They have kept it going. Here they come now, trying to get around one out there, but Peyton Hayes keeps it, gets inside of the 22. Ball came out. From the ground, they play it back.
You got to love this fight from Clemson. We are well over the 14-minute mark, and they are still trying to knock this door down to get some points on the board in this final.
Radaball with a carry, and here they go. They're trying to get home here. Can they? Kutztown, though, sends them into touch. And Aiden Smith pushed the player in there, but the ball was played out, and Clemson gets it home. So they keep to it, Mike Petrie, and they pound one in to get the points they wanted.
And how about that offload? Clemson Tigers take a bow at the end of this one. Watch this. Look at this. Fling back inside. This is like the Hail Mary pass. Just throw it in and hope for the best. And look at that. That's highlight reel stuff on the last play of the game. I mean, it's too little, too late, of course. Kutztown, congratulations. They get the victory, but Clemson, what a way to end. The scrap in this team, the heart that they showed to get that one in. Man, that was fun. That was fun, man. That was great.
The conversion is
Connor Mitchell got the try. The conversion is up and good. And Kutztown, the Golden Bears win the Premier Division plate final. A decisive victory against a gritty Clemson team that didn't quit until the final play in this match. We're not done yet. Coming up, we'll have the third place match in the Premier Division, Belmont, Abbey, and Queens. We'll get that one going when we come back after a short timeout.
Give them a name to remember.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game. Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set.
Rolling on here, we're in the third place match now in the Premier Division, Belmont, Abbey, and Queens. Ben Holt and Mike Petrie with you here for this one. And Mike, I believe you've seen both these clubs, right?
Yeah, I've seen them throughout this weekend. They've been outstanding in their own right. We looked at Queens and Wheeling was that game that everyone was looking forward to, but Belmont Abbey has been outstanding in this tournament.
Yeah, I like their club. Had them a couple times yesterday, and Belmont Abbey lost to St. Bonaventure in the semifinal. And Queens, they took one on the chin against Wheeling. You Curious to see where they're at, if they can come back and redeem themselves in this match here to go home with that bronze here in the Premier Division. Third place contest underway here, half minute into it. Good pace, good feel to this one so far. Early going, getting free, spinning away there. Hayden Mousley, good player for them. Ball played outside out of the hands there of Thomas Bennett. Another guy on Belmont Abbey that can make some plays. Oh. They are bringing the heat in this one, man. Both sides intense.
Whoa, what a hit that was. And you can sense the frustration. Look at, starts here. Look at this powering run from Belmont Abbey. They try to swing the ball to the outside. Ball goes out of bounds. The ball comes in quickly off the line out, which, to be fair, shouldn't have happened anyway. It was picked up by a spectator on the sideline. So I don't even know what happened here, but whoa, what a heavy hit that was.
Yeah, it's got a pretty intense feel. Here we go with the scrum.
Set.
Big push from Belmont Abbey. Queens gets it out there on the run. Mishandled, but it did go backwards there. So no harm done. In the hands of Gideon Wessels. Fine player for this Queens Royals club out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Belmont Abbey will get possession here on the knock-on.
Belmont Abbey out of Belmont, North Carolina.
Unlucky error that time from Queens. And you can see the wind on the field, I'm sure, playing a role in the fact that we've seen some errant passes and handling errors across some of these games recently, because uncharacteristic for many of these players on the field, but I really think some of these people with the wind at their back, it's just playing mind games with them as far as their passing goes right now.
Yeah, that wind pretty stiff from left to right as you're watching the match here. Belmont Abbey gets in, gets it. Samuel Patch, who had a big day on day one, the carry. To ground he goes. Packed in a little tight here, looking for a little bit of help there as the ball carrier. He gets it from the back. Another big tackle from Queens. But the call made against Queens, and the quick tap and go now. Short ball, good tackle made there. Flip back. Taking a look left, instead they play it right. Into the hands there of Mousley. Mousley, he is a load to handle, trying to get it down, wrestling for it. He can't. That one clearly held up. Great job by Queens.
Great job by Queens is right. Purple jersey's right on sight. But how about the power from Belmont Abbey, just going north to south, head down, go forward. Falls down towards the grass, but cannot get that ball to the deck. So well done by Queens. But a scrum still nonetheless to Belmont Abbey, so they stand up, get to go again.
They'll put in the take out of the back. They'll let it hop. Try to split through and offload it. Beautiful ball. That's pretty stuff. That one put down. We mentioned him a moment ago. Samuel Patch dotting down another try for Belmont Abbey.
And that was textbook stuff from Belmont Abbey. It's 2-on-2 on the outside, but you split the defenders. Take a look at this. Ball bounces off the ground. Sidestep, split the D, get your hands free real quick, offload. That's exactly what you want to do when you're 2-on-2. Couldn't have done it better than that. And that's exactly what you want to see if you're Belmont Abbey. And if you're Queens, you have to try to tie that ball up. If you're going to send two defenders into that collision, that ball cannot come out of that situation.
Excellent ball. The offload from Michael Brennan, 6'3", 190, a senior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. There's both these clubs out of the great state of North Carolina. Belmont Abbey from there and Queens out of Charlotte. 5-0 count. Look at this. Right into the waiting hands there. And taken away. That is Hilton Olivier. What a play. That's timely stuff there, and he puts it down.
And that's just smart play from Olivier. I mean, he timed that so well. Read that one, knew what was happening. The ball went short. Knew they were just going to try to knock it back, and exactly what they do. And take a look at this. Volleyball style, straight back into his hands. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. That is just smart rugby.
The South African does the job. He's on their 15s club as well. Versatile player. No good on the kick, so we remained level here at 5 apiece. A spirited bout between these two clubs and two schools from the great state of North Carolina. Patch eyeing it up, but a teammate comes in, and they help out, and they get the take here. Patch playing it back, gets the ball back into the hands there of the support runner. Final minute here of this first half in a 5-5 match. Brennan gets to it. And here are the collisions, man. This is an intense match. Brennan played it short. They're kind of bunched up here, trying to get a little bit of space. That's Thomas Bennett, the winger, number 12, with a carry. Look out, here goes the big fella once again. That's Hayden Mousley. Good carry there from Patch.
Who wants to roll, guys?
Not rolling away the call there against Queens, but you're right. Belmont Abbey looking very compact and very condensed. Lots of red and black jerseys in our picture, which tells us that they hadn't really gotten any width to their attack, but now they'll choose a set piece here at the penalty spot. So they'll spread this field out. And again, I think what they're going to do, what we really have seen so far from Belmont Abbey, is they are going to test this Queens defense. They're going to spread this out. They're going to try to set them up one-on-one, try to split the defenders, get their hands free, and get an offload in.
Watch out for the man we just showed you there from behind, number 7, Samuel Patch. He's a threat. Queens, though, comes up with the ball. See what they can do. We're into bonus time here in the half.
There's a penalty to
Restart
Queens.
quickly. The penalty called, going the way of Queens. Good offload, outside ball. Nobody home, but they'll track it down. Surveying the situation. 2 right there defending. Queens sweeping it along. Little flick back there. It went into the hands of Connor Sandberg. Ball's free. Belmont Abbey in there. Not quite
Great
done yet here in the half.
No, great counter ruck that time from Belmont Abbey.
Yeah.
And they will take another set piece. And, man, we are well over regulation time in this first half. So just about 8.5 almost gone by the time the ball comes into play. Belmont Abbey earns himself the right to fight another battle here before the whistle goes for halftime. So we'll see if they've got one more in them to try to get a lead going into half.
Milling, the put in, the take out, the carry from him.
No, it's fine. Hold.
Freed from the back, Mousley. The big fella, showing some skills. Work back, now Queens trying to make a run here, but it's gathered in back there by Belmont Abbey. Picked up from the back, it's Bennett. And Queens trying to rip it free.
Not releasing a penalty against.
Penalty call, Belmont Abbey not releasing it in time.
And this is the never-ending half of rugby so far in sevens, Ben. We're over 9 minutes into this, and just when you think it's over, penalty comes up, and these teams are going to be relentless. Third place is on the line, and here goes Queens.
That's right, here they come. Some speed, trying to break free and break away, and they do. Jack Rice finishing it off there. That's how you end the half.
That's how you end the half is right, and I'll tell you what, just over 3 minutes gone past the 7-minute mark. Queens had 2 scrums during that time, 2 opportunities to try to make it happen. Queens defense, they held strong, earned themselves some penalties, and then earned themselves this score going into halftime, so this will give them some wind in their sails in that halftime huddle.
The freshman Jack Rice on a Raleigh, North Carolina home state product. Conversion attempt way up on that kick, and that one is good. So a beautiful end of the half for Queens. Rice takes it long distance here in this third place matchup here in the men's Premier Division.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Don't adjust the halftime even when one half goes 3 minutes longer in the first half. But that's what we just had here, Mike Petrie, is this continues on here. We're set to begin the second half, and Queens and Belmont Abbey battling it out for third here in the Premier Division on the men's side.
I'll tell you what, Ben, there will be some tired bodies in this second half. They've already gone 10 minutes of play, and they haven't even started the second half yet. Remember, this is, they've been playing all day yesterday, all day today, but this is a final, Ben. This is what you play for. This is what you train for, and now you just got to hope that all that work you did leading up to this, all the fitness, all the conditioning, all those drills that are miserable just week in and week out, they pay off now.
Yep.
Did you see contact in the air?
Contact in the air is a timing thing, penalty only.
Okay.
There's the verdict.
Back 10. Penalty only. Scrum.
There it is. Good call from our referee crew that time.
Yep.
Feet hadn't touched the ground, so just timing was what you heard there. Is just bad timing on the hit. So nothing dangerous, no real foul play, no yellow card necessary, but a penalty off of that. And so right off the kickoff, a scrum here for Queens to just continue. Hopefully, from their perspective, if they can punch one in and extend this lead, it would give them some comfort, Ben, 8 minutes into this game.
Up a converted try, trying to make it 2 converted tries here. Here comes Belmont Abbey. Nice ball played back there, onto the hands there of Wessels. On the run, Wessels gets it back. Wessels inside of the 5, trying to keep his balance. Good job to get another meter or 2 there before he put it back, 2 meters from the line. Penalty called coming in from the side there on Belmont Abbey. Tap and go restart Queens. Hammering it toward the line.
Knock on in goal, 22.
There you have it.
Oh, man, what a passage of play. This has got to be like the best 90 seconds we've seen so far, rugby-wise. I mean, this has had it all. But that knock-on from Queens, unlucky from them. They get themselves the penalty. Belmont Abbey put some heavy artillery into that breakdown. They lost their feet, so penalty against them. And now we're going to see a 22 here this time from Belmont Abbey after that knock-on.
Yep. Bennett's got the ball in his hand. He'll put it into play here.
If it was before the scrum.
There you have it. 2 minutes in here to the second half. Belmont Abbey with possession, down by 7. Samuel Patch again. Always around it, always a threat to go. Hayden Mousley the carry there. Flip back there into the hands of Martinez. Mousley trying to power through. You can hear the hits, the contact. It is an intense one, and Mousley slow to get up, favoring that left leg. Now back onto his feet there. left of your screen, big number 6. Penalty here on Belmont Abbey. Back over to Queens. We'll see if they can work their way back down the pitch here. They got so close the last passage they had.
Guys, just let go. Mark's right there.
And that's the second penalty against Belmont Abbey for coming off their feet at the breakdown. They're really trying to put pressure into that situation, but they've got to stay on their feet, got to stay strong. And again, that's the third penalty now at the breakdown, so Queens hopefully can use this to their advantage.
Looking for space, none there.
And a penalty to Belmont Abbey for not releasing.
And you hear finally, you hear it from the ground. You heard it from the ground. Belmont Abbey saying, finally we get one that goes our way, because they had 3 in a row against them for losing their feet, not rolling away. I mean, you name it, they got it called against them. And here's a bounce. Let's see where it goes.
Olivier back there, got his hands on it. Moosey's got it in his hands now. Outside ball. That was a beautiful ball. That could have been a home run, but it's mishandled out there on the wing there by Juan Boyd.
Mishandled. I think he saw all that space in front of him. Tried to run too fast. Little hop step there, and then backhand pass. It's a little bit low, to be fair, below the waistline. So I did have to change his running form a little bit. But nonetheless, I think just saw lots of space, and sometimes you try to run before you catch. But again, pass was a little bit low. Here's another look at it. The hop step, the pass. Yeah, that's low. That's down by his knees. He's got it just below the waist. Either way, look, when you're trying to run at full speed, catch a ball below your waist, that can be a little tricky. So we knock on nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yep, I'm going to take your word for it. You know. 7-point match here as we come up on just 2 minutes remaining in it.
Crouch!
Or is there? The way the first half went, we went 3 extra minutes. You never know here.
Sit!
Scrum for the side, down by 7 here.
Backwards!
Big time pressure here. Hilton Olivier comes in, takes down the ball carrier. That was Milling. Now Belmont Abbey. Charging, grinding their way forward. Patch plays it free. Outside it goes. I don't think that was the intended target. It looked like the closer option was where they wanted, but it went outside anyways. Penalty on Queens. Belmont Abbey looking to get this into the try zone and potentially get this match level at 12. Another call against Queens. In close range. Patch with it. They get a piece of the big man and take him down. Taken out. Now into the hands there of Milling. Milling. Good ball. That one is pounded down with the right arm and the right hand by Michael Brennan.
Wow. What a finish that time from Belmont Abbey. And we very well, Ben, after this conversion, it's pretty close to the uprights. We very well may be as we get, oh, look at that. Oh, that's a shot. That did not feel nice. But the power from Belmont Abbey to put this one in, the conversion to come, we'll see if it's good, because if it is, we might be playing more rugby here, Ben.
I got 40 seconds.
Some may blame you for that, you know. I'm joking.
Take a look at this. Watch this shot. Ooh, that's back of his skull, straight into his face. Ooh. Yikes.
Great ball from Milling there. Level at 12. Queens the take. A minute remaining here in this Premier Division third place match. The bronze on the line. 2 North Carolina schools battling it up. Queens, good speed coming there from Wessels. Put back. Moosey. Played it over the top. Now the kick there, coming off the foot there. Pedreshi, a chase for it. Boyd was there.
I don't think he touched it, no?
Belmont Abbey gets to it.
Okay.
So once again, Mike Petcher, we're in bonus time here in this second half.
Whoa.
Yikes.
No, but it was forward. All right, hey, boys, we have a tie.
And Queens, their hands in the air saying, wait.
I've told 12.
We have a tie, so we will continue.
Yes.
Yep, so we call the captains. We'll have a 5-minute knockout. First one scores wins.
So there you hear it. 5 minutes. First one to score will win and take third here in the men's Premier Division.
Wow. This is the first game, Ben, that I've seen that's gone to overtime so far that I've called in this tournament. Yeah, this will be a first for me. And this is how you want to end. This is a third place final here, Ben. This is awesome. But man, I'll tell you what, Ben, that first half, they went 10 minutes. There was 3 minutes over in that one. This one he ended on the dot at 14, so no extra time there. But there are definitely some tired bodies out there heading into this overtime period. And man, you got to imagine though, you are digging deep into the depths of your being to get yourself ready for this one because you are hurting. But man, this is what you play for. This is what you train for. This is what it's all about, Ben.
Juan Boyd, he can make a difference. Had that one play that passed, it was a little bit off the mark. He can burn you in a hurry. I remember him from 15s last fall, last winter. He's a home run hitter and literally emptying the tanks here in this one between these two schools from North Carolina.
They're going to need some wheelbarrows to get these guys off the field after this one, I think, Ben. They'll have absolutely nothing left.
This is a man's game, no doubt about it. It was that way from the start. The intensity in the first minute of this match was as high as I've seen in any match so far here in the 2 days. Both teams came out fired up. They were hitting, they were finishing, and it's been that kind of match the whole way through.
I'll tell you what, Ben, I called one of those women's games earlier, and I don't know, that was on par the same, like the physicality, the pace, the talent. It was awesome, dude. It was so much fun to watch. It really, really was. And so this one here, it's line out time for Queens. Let's see if they can strike and end this game.
First to score will win it and take third. The line out, batted back, tracked down by Hilton Olivier. Bounding ball, pressure here from Belmont Abbey. Good ball played out. They got some hope here. Got a chance, but a great job from behind to yank down the ball carrier there. Spun free by Yanarolopoulos. Moosey up in the air, couldn't keep possession. Now Belmont Abbey's got it. Brennan came down with it.
No advantage gained on the knock-on.
And neither team willing to give an inch in that one. And Queens was almost gone. They were almost away, dragged down by the jersey. That's where, Ben, you see some of these rugby jerseys now. They're so tight. And that's that situation where, like, you're playing sevens. You want that thing almost painted on your body so nobody can grab any kind of material off the back end because otherwise something like that happens. So credit to Belmont Abbey for that dragging takedown from the back.
Ultra slim fit. Here's Belmont Abbey looking for help. There was Ben Waters. Couldn't get it. To ground he goes. And that ball came up. Thomas Bennett there pleading with the official. To no avail. Queens will have the scrum here.
And you could see just the intensity at these breakdowns. Both teams trying to earn a turnover because they know this is it. This is what it's all about. This is what it all comes down to. And Queens now, we saw they had some nice work off the last set piece. Let's see if they've got more here in store.
Watch out for Boyd. He's out on the edge. Now cuts inside. Instead, it's going to go, and it's going to be taken home here unless he's going to be caught by Patch. Patch dives, makes the effort there. Landon Starnes, though, takes it home. What a finish. May have popped his hammy, but Starnes puts it down, and Queens takes third here in the Premier Division.
And this is what nearly 17 minutes of sevens rugby looks like, Ben. That is what it looks like. Wow, this is the same guy that made the break before and was dragged down by the back of his jersey, and this time,
that's right,
not to be caught. Splits 2 defenders, but look at this, slows down and whoa!
Oh,
Wow, that was
but he
close.
got it.
Wow, that was close.
Unreal. What a match. Leaving everything both these sides had in the tanks. Unreal stuff. Congratulations to Queens. They take 3rd in the Premier Division. On the men's side, more to come. John Broker will take over on the other side of this quick timeout.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready? Up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Welcome back. We are here. It is time for the grand finale, the final. These 2 teams have made it through, have not lost a game yet. We started with 32. We're down to the premier final of 2 teams. You see the St. Bonaventure University Bonnies and the Wheeling University Cardinals in the black and red. Just down a little bit, John Broker with Tim Wilkes bringing to this one. Tim, hard fought. These teams have made it here. This is for everything.
It's going to be a great one. The Wheeling Cardinals have been terrific. They're the only #1 seed to make the Final Four. The Bonnies have been tremendous. They beat Iowa Central, who's the only other team to beat Wheeling throughout the year. This should be an excellent matchup here for the Premier Final.
Before we get to that, we will have the national anthem played for these teams. You see the crowd getting up to honor the United States of America. We wait for the national anthem here, and then we will be ready to go.
No, I don't think she's singing.
There is your anthem done and dusted, as they say. We are ready to get going. Tim Wilkes, this is a high-flying Wheeling University team. They got by Babson, they got by Mary Washington, they got by Brown, and they got by Queens. They made it here. They are going to be taking on St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure, similar road here. St. Bonaventure, Delaware, Clemson, Iowa Central, and then beat Belmont, Abbey. These teams are ready to go. So pretty distinct styles. We should see a great game of rugby, Tim.
Really should. You mentioned it, the offensive prowess of the Wheeling Cardinals. They have put up over 30 points a game. They are the highest scoring team in the competition, led by Cedric Mendoza with 6 tries on the weekend so far. On the other side, Harry Healy, number 7, has 5 tries on the weekend for the Bonnies. Both these teams have stars. Both these teams have been able to get it on the defensive end as well. Neither team allowing more than 12 points in any of their 4 matches. They are tuned up. They are ready to roll for the 5th and final match of the weekend.
It is 5 matches. You have to win them all. They have made it here. They have everything to play for. They are going to be excited. And after this, we have D3, D2, D1 finals in the men's division before we turn to the all women's divisions tomorrow. So don't tune out after this, but get ready for an exciting matchup as you see the Bonnies in gray getting ready to kick this one off. Ula with the ball right there. The referees getting themselves in place. Left to right on your screen are the Wheeling Cardinals in the black and red. Excitement building here. You see the crowd in the background. Boys Maryland Soccerplex playing host to this great national collegiate rugby function each year. Teams from all over the country here to play in the Premier Men's Division is down to 2. One from New York and one from West Virginia. We are ready to get underway. Referee tells St. Bonaventure it's time to go. We take a look at Matthew Martin. Matthew Martin is going to follow this kick. Gets up, can't quite get a hold of it. Knock on by the Bonnies right there. So it's going to be scrum advantage to the Wheeling Cardinals. It is over. High-flying team. You look at players out there still in the midfield. Little error there from Niamunda, 3 tries on the weekend. It's going to be a scrum for the Bonnies. Good result for them.
Excellent stuff right at the 22-meter line where they'll have the first put into the scrum for St. Bonaventure. Their first time in the Premier Championship, but on the other side, the reigning national champions looking to go back-to-back. A full powerhouse for the Cardinals. Can St. Bonaventure strike early here off the scrum?
Putting that ball in, coming back. They're trying to do exactly that. Ball is in Manalua Ta'ula's hands, gets it out. Ball is just be kicked forward. It is not the pass that we wanted to get started. Little breezy here as the evening is rolling in, but it's going to be Wheeling lineout.
No, guys, we're too many in the line now.
Yeah, that wind cranking up. Almost 15-mile-an-hour gusts as you see it blowing left to right as we view this match.
Here, just come here.
Great defense there as you saw red jerseys matching every one of those gray jerseys as they went through. The defense for Wheeling is something they can rely on.
Ball up, well taken by the Cardinals, and right down and away they go. Into the middle of the field, possibly a little wraparound, but there's some handoffs coming. Penalty against the Bonnies. Second attempt at the ball. Couldn't quite get it at the first poach. Tried again. Illegally so. So the ball is in the hands of Shadrach Mandaza. RRA Zimbabwe. One of many Zimbabwean players in this Mike Geibel-led program. Little dummy move. Out to the wing they go. Big run coming from the Wheeling Cardinals, but hauled into touch. It's going to be a line out for St. Bonaventure. Words exchanged. Sure, Harold would like to get going. They're going to give a penalty against the Cardinals for not releasing that ball. And Bonnies.
Yeah, you saw Harry Healy there getting the ball back for his squad. Looks like they might be able to get under Wheeling's skin here. Every minute that they're able to keep this one close is a victory for St. Bonaventure.
And good ball handling by the Bonnies to get the ball out there to Healy. Harry Healy well covered. He's their key try scorer. We've seen him do it all day. It's getting ripped away by the Cardinals. Penalty there. Healy isolated. Cardinals pouncing. Cardinals penalty here just outside the 22. Mendoza has ball in hand. Mendoza lit this tournament up last year, doing it again. But as I said, a little abrasive at the moment are the Bonnies. Just trying to keep this team on edge, the Wheeling Cardinals. Break up the middle of the field. Big handoff there. Here come the Wheeling Cardinals. Mondaza moving it out to the wing. They've got a runner out there. A little dummy show. Player being brought down. Ta'ula's over that ball. Can he turn it over? Has done. Tremendous work from St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure ball in hand. Can they stretch the field? They have some runners, and they're going in that direction. This is the power side of the field as I put one over the top to Healy. Can Healy put the gas on? He is going. He's got a player around the collar there. It's going to be definitely a high tackle. Don't know if there will be a card, but that was a horse collar tackle. We'll take another look at it, Tim.
Yeah, you see him try to come around the corner, and just the grip right on the neck, on the back of the jersey, drags him down. Don't think we'll see the card there, as you mentioned, but great breakaway. We have called Harry Healy's name multiple times. Huge hit on the defensive end. You see his offensive prowess as well.
No score, 4 minutes in. Pressure mounting on both of these teams. The Bonnies go wide. Manguez puts that ball out. It goes back for the Bonnies. They've got pressure. There's a knock on the tackle by the Cardinals. We'll come back. Going to be a scrum by St. Bonnie's. Bouncing the ball, going the way of the Bonnies right now.
Yeah, that one just couldn't hang on to it at the end. So we'll come back for the scrum, but great pressure from St. Bonaventure. Again, 4.5 minutes into this match, and we haven't really seen Wheeling on the opposite end of the pitch. As you see there, knocked on a second time in the tackle, just couldn't come back to it. So it's still attacking scrum here for St. Bonaventure as they look to put the first points up on the board in this premier final.
And this is what the Bonnies have to do. They have to stay down this end of the field. They have to pressure on defense, this Cardinals team. That's not going to help right there as the Cardinals are going to sneak away with this one. Player a little bit isolated there. Kai Terry trying to take him down. Eventually to the ground they go. Player not going to get that eye. Is going to move it out in the middle of the field. Little show there. Ball coming. Mendoza looking for the space. Doesn't open for him. Puts the ball down. Gets back up. You see the speed of thought that this sophomore player has. They're going to come out to this right-hand side. Back to the left, they switch field. Big bump off, tackles coming, big bodies coming from the Cardinals. Referee happy that they could keep playing that one in the St. Bonnie's half. The Cardinals have a big break, and the Cardinals, Wheeling, will touch down first. 5 points for the Wheeling Cardinals. Excellent work for this team. The Cardinals through Alex Niamunda, 4th try in the weekend, and he gets 5 on the board for his team.
And that's what it's all about. Repelled time and time again. Wheeling could not break through, and just a one-on-one right here on the outside. Splits the gap. Looked like he was going wide. Took it in the middle, and the distance here. Great work. Just setting up that defensive player and bursting through. Too much pace and power, and they're on the board first.
That kick is good, so they're at 7-0 off of the Niamunda try. After a period of defense and playing down their own end of the field, they've come back down the other end.
Niamunda with his 4th try of the weekend out of Farrar, Texas. Getting it done here for Wheeling in the first 7 on the board. A great start with just a minute left.
Bonnies getting their structure back together. Got some runners out wide if they can get it. They hold the ball, looking in the middle of the field. Player there. Is he going to get isolated? Off their feet of the Cardinals, so can't play that one. They'll go in the other direction through Scott Wilson, the Aberdeen, Scotland native. Puts the ball out wide. Does another player, and here come the Bonnies. Winding their way through. Big bump off tackle. Ta'ula. Ta'ula's dangerous. Puts out a wide pass. Do they have a runner? Pass goes in behind. Can he get there in time? Cannot. Healy. It's going to be a line out off of that mistake. Referee loud blasted the whistle, maybe coming back for a penalty. Excuse me, that is halftime. Been so exciting, I lost track of time there. Slight lead for the Cardinals. We'll step aside for a minute. Be back with second half action after this.
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This is going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airwaves very soon.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place. But some balls are made better. Rhino's recycle range is made with up to.
Welcome back to the CRC. This is the men's premier final. You see a packed stand here. Everybody watching this Wheeling St. Bonaventure final. It's living up to its billing as you see the Bonnies take the field. Trailing just a bit, John Broker with Tim Wilkes. Tim, this should be an exciting second half. Bonaventure will come out fired up.
As soon as they're off, we're going to go.
The Bonnies played some terrific defense there in the first half, held the ball for majority of the possession, but the Cardinals only needed one quick movement from Alex Niamunda, the exercise science and kinesiology major, got it done and scored the first try of the match.
Ball in there to the Bonnies. Bonnies take that one right away. Moved out by Harry Healy. Looking for a little breakthrough here. Player has to get his feet to the ground. Referee's called it a maul quite quickly there. So if this ball doesn't get produced, it's going to be a scrum here for the Wheeling University Cardinals. Well done, Cardinals, to hold that up.
Great job just leaning back, trying to keep his knees off the ground. As soon as a knee touches, that tackle is made. But a great job of wrapping him up and holding him up there and getting the turnover ball scrum back to the Cardinals as they look to put another exclamation point up on the board. They did well in the final 2 minutes of that half, really started to get loose and spin it around the
And if it
pitch.
slides and they stay, it's one thing. If it just slides and grazes, we're going to play. Yeah, crouch.
Conversation with the referee, getting ready to go with the Cardinals. They have this scrum. Right in and out, but it's nearly taken away by the Bonnies. Cardinals come up with it. Get it out to Mendoza. Looking to switch back in. Big tackle coming in. Collisions from the Bonnies, trying to, again, just get on the nerves of this Wheeling team and force a mistake. But that power is unmistakable right there. A big break for the Wheeling University Cardinals, like Muga Gordy. Just tremendous work here. Here they come across the field. Niamunda, the try scorer. They're across the other side, looking for some more points. Ball is tossed up there. They're still alive through I. I is a big customer. Gets right to the 5 meter line. 5 meter line they are. Somebody is in there. Coming across, it's Bata. Laula Bata. Bata coming in. Here we are with Mendoza. Mendoza gets through, gets one hand away. Gets it into the hands of Mugarugodi, and the first-year player with a number of great offloads from this team is going to touch down a try for the Wheeling University Cardinals.
His 5th try of the tournament. Those red jerseys just swarming all over the field, always in support, always ready to take it home. And you see on the outside, nice little goose step, splits the defenders, ball is free, perfect pass, and they dot it down for their second try. Great job there, splits the defense, brings that winger in, and opens things up on the outside for the score.
Conversion is no good, but the lead extended to see Ayub Jolly on the field for the Wheeling University Cardinals. He has played for Morocco.
Yeah, let's go.
Handing the
15
ball
seconds
to
on
Mendoza.
the kick. 15 seconds for the kick.
Little driven kick there into the hands, thrown forward by St. Bonaventure. Little mistake there. They're down 12-0, 4 minutes to go. Plenty of time, but they need the ball back. Across the field they come Mendoza. Mendoza puts that pass into Jolly. Jolly looking for a player coming back in, gets the pass away, going to need to get back in support. Down to the ground they go. Ball will be recycled. Mendoza right on the spot.
No, we'll play.
Little break from Mendoza. This is what he does so well. He's across the 22. He is across the try line. Mendoza touches down. They're at 17. Wheeling starting to really feel that power and pace.
Mendoza with his 7th try leads his team, and you see it right there. Just so quick in the start and stop. Looks like he was going to pass this one out and then just cut right up the gut. Little stutter step is all it takes, and then the speed. Get around 2 players and pull away for the easy try. Made it look simple, but terrific technical work with the footwork for Wheeling Cardinals.
Kick is good, so we're going to move ahead here with the Cardinals looking strong, looking towards another championship here. Over 2.5 minutes to go, 19-0. Bonnies need to get this ball, and they need to get some points on the board. Ball quickly worked back. Little nerves come in there.
No, you missed the ball.
Got Wilson. Trouble with that one. They go off to the right-hand side. Back to the left. Looking to get this to some of their key runners here. Out wide they go to Healy, but he is taken down. From those David Barrett. Danny Neighbors' team looking for their points, and here's a break. Cross the 50, they've got people to deal with. Ball knocked forward, but into the hands of one of the Bonnie players. Jolly is in chase. It is Troy Harold, gets to the line, and the Bonnies points on the board. 2 minutes to go. They've got 5, they could use another 2. They need a little bit more work.
But that's what they've been looking for. They needed a break, and look at this pass. Splits the 2 defenders, slows up just in time to be able to split them and make that perfect pinpoint pass. And then the power, the struggle, the exertion. 5th match of the weekend, enough in the tank to dot it down. They needed that one badly, and they are right back in this premier final.
Kick is no good, so they're at 5 points, so they have a ways to go, but they have ball in hand. You see Manulua to Aula right there with the ball. Business management major, went to St. John Bosco High School, ready to get the restart going.
It's the pressure they need to put on, John, with this Wheeling side trying to go back to back. And as we look through, their leading try scorers, all either freshmen or sophomores, as they continue to build this program for the future.
Niamunda has ball in hand right at the 50-meter line. They're going to take their time. They've got under a minute to win a championship here. Barring some tremendous work from St. Bonaventure, looks like it's going to be another Wheeling Cardinals victory.
Use it.
Mendoza taking his time. Referee telling him to use it. Move the ball back. Coming across field. They have some reserves in there. That one's just spilled. Knock-on advantage to the Bonnies. 30 seconds on the game clock. Bonnies going in. Have they used up that advantage? They go off to the left-hand side. Advantage over according to the referee. Harry Healy takes that one in. Rolt moves that one out. Taula looking for some runners, gets it in the middle of the field. Out wide they go, looking for the outside. Can they get there? Kai Terry. Kai Terry slips one. Kai Terry shakes a couple more times. Can he get to the line? He cannot. Shadrick Mendoza right over that one. Just tremendous work. Taking it a touch, however. 14 minutes gone on the game clock. It's going to be a St. Bonaventure line out here. Could be the last action of the game.
Line set.
Yeah, again, tremendous defensive effort with the try-saving tackle, and they are not giving up anything easy. This Wheeling squad, most they've given up is 12 points throughout this tournament. Bonnies sit here at 5, but the Cardinals seconds away from back-to-back national championships.
Ball knocked over. It's in the hands of the Wheeling Cardinals against kick and a touch, and it is indeed your 2025 national champions, National Collegiate Rugby Championship winners. It is the Wheeling University Cardinals. Tim, what a match. What a tournament for this Cardinals team.
All weekend long, Niamunda and Mendoza have led this squad. They both get tries here in this one. 2 of the premier players. Again, just a freshman and a sophomore, so plenty to come in the future for this Wheeling squad, but they have gotten it done yet again. Another national championship here on the 7 side here at the CRCs.
This has certainly been their tournament for the last couple of years. We see the trophy coming in for this team. Very, very tight group of players from Wheeling, West Virginia.
You can tell, John, this was the mission. They're not going crazy. They knew what they had to do. They got it done for the victory.
Players just enjoying, savoring the moment, saying their prayers, religious group. They're going to stand up. They have their trophy. A couple of different players there. Wheeling certainly pleased with that victory. There you see it. Those are your champions, Tim. Tim, I think I'll know who you'll talk about, but any standout players here for Wheeling?
I mean, they were incredible. On the defensive end is really where they made their work all weekend long. Big tackles left and right. But as you mentioned, their leading try scorers came through when they had to. Maguragodi had one, and Daza had one, and so did Niamunda. Terrific effort to get the victory and seal the deal here in 2025.
And the tries, the first one here is Niamunda just finds his way through and touches down to get the scoring started late in the first half, later than they've scored all throughout the tournament, Tim. Here's the next one. Mandaza heads towards the line and gets that ball away. Rigodi takes that one in.
Terrific work throughout this match. And then here's the last one, the final icing on the cake. Beautiful work as he scoots right through the defense and takes it all the way home. Shedrick Mendaza led them throughout, and the freshman fly half dots it down. Exercise science kinesiology major shows it's how it's done here in the national championship.
See Mike Geibel there with the trophy. Favoring that. We're going to go down to Gigi, who is pitch side. What's happening down there?
I'm a junior. All right, Laula, junior year, back-to-back national champions. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, obviously, first of all, we got to give thanks to the Lord, our Jesus, mighty and Savior. Obviously, it's amazing. It's a great feeling to go back-to-back after all the hard yards that we've put in. And we're reaping the rewards now, as you can see it. But I mean, first of all, we've got to give credit to St. Bonaventure. They came up, they showed really good guts, and they took it to the end. Really proud of my boys as well, and I'm very grateful for, everyone that was here, came out to support us, and honestly, it's an amazing tournament, and I can't wait for next year again.
Laula, who impressed you on your team today?
Oh, obviously, it has to be our superstar, Shadrick Mandaza. It's also his birthday today, so that'll be a good birthday gift to him. Also, our seniors, they played a hell of a game today. Congrats to them as well.
Happy birthday to him, seniors, but you also have such a young team. What do you see for the future of this program?
Obviously, we're going to keep on building. We're getting a lot of new recruits. Obviously, now we have to get them up to the scratch that we are on and up to the level that we are on. And then we'll see. The chemistry is booming. Obviously, our team thrives off of brotherhood. So that's what we're going to keep to. And, we'll see what happens next year.
All right, Laula, you got to go celebrate. Congrats. Thank you for doing this.
Appreciate it. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll go back up to you guys. They just prayed. They had a great celebration, too. And more rugby happening after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Gigi. That Division Championship, congratulations to the Wheeling Cardinals. We'll step aside for a few minutes. We'll be back with the D3 final between UW Eau Claire and Springfield.
In a row.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place. But some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a
Welcome back. We had just seen the premier championship matchup. Now we're on to the Division 3 final. It is Springfield College taking on the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. I am John Broker with Mike Petrie to take you through this one. Mike, these teams have battled just as hard. 4 games in it. They got into the finals here. Everything to play for.
Doesn't matter what your division you're in. You could be D1, D2, D3, Premier. Who cares? This is a final. And for these schools and these student athletes, this is everything for them. And they are going to throw all they have into it. It's the second day of play, John. They've been put through an absolute gauntlet. Their bodies are sore. They're tired. But you know what? This is why they're here. They want to walk home with some hardware, and we get to see it.
And this is Springfield College versus the Blue Golds of the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Should have something good to go here for both these teams. Plenty in it. You see the Blue Golds will be wearing white. Springfield is going to be wearing the maroon there, and they are ready to go. Some talented players on both of these teams, so keep an eye out there. Just about to get underway. Claire set to kick this one off. Lucas Wilson, seen him before from Portage, Wisconsin. Some good high school and college rugby in Wisconsin these days, Mike. So these players are pretty talented as we're about to get underway, and Lucas Wilson does the honors. Springfield to receive. Ball knocked back. We've got a scrum advantage here off of that kick. So it's going to be a scrum here. It looks like to Springfield.
And just an errant play there off the kickoff gives an opportunity for Springfield to just steady themselves here, because one thing's for sure, when you play in a championship final like this, you've got some nervous energy in you. And sometimes off that kickoff, you're waiting for the big hit. The ball's hanging in the air. So instead now, you get to start off of a set piece, which is a much more controlled scenario for Springfield.
Olsen puts that ball out in the middle of the field for Springfield. A little tight, but looking for the corner. Player just sits up and goes around trying to find that space. That's Kyle McLaughlin. Gets the ball back in there to Nathan Master. Master, ball hitting the ground a little bit, but back in Springfield hands. Barnaby made that pass. Going to the ground, trying to reset this one. The Blue Golds in and over, trying to dislodge. See where the ball comes. Ball is free. Referee's been happy with it. We're going to have a penalty playing it on the ground. So the ball is in Luke Pugh's hands. Keep an eye on Luke Pugh. 6'4", 225 from Stoughton, Wisconsin. He's a powerful runner for this Blue Golds team.
Speaking of power, look at the size of him next to some of his teammates. Big unit, but there's some big units up there for Wisconsin, and they choose a scrum. Again, they want to control the tempo here. They opt for this over a line out, so no territory for them. I think they just want to put this in, get it out smoothly, and then take some defenders on one-on-one.
Looking around that left side. Good break there. That is Beckman. Ball hits the ground, kicked forward by Springfield. It's going to roll towards touch. Line out coming for the Blue Golds.
And you can see what Wisconsin was trying to do there. They were trying to just isolate that short side off the scrum, try to get some one-on-one action, get a fend in, get up the sideline. They found space, but the ball ended up out of bounds, and so a line-out option it is. We may see another line-out here straight away as they go really short to their first receiver in the line-out.
Interesting effort there, but Springfield does drive them to touch, correct. So we are going to have a line-out here for Springfield College inside their own half in this Division 3 final. Teams have worked their way into the stadium field here. Ball up and down there from Master. Coming across, switching fields, bringing it back. That's Kyle McLaughlin. break up that right-hand side, pardon me, but ripped away by Calvin Schmitz. Schmitz is near the touchline now. Referee spots a high tackle. So penalty here for University of Wisconsin Eau Claire, the Blue Golds, just outside the 22 of Springfield College.
We saw that coming, and another scrum here called by Wisconsin. So they're really backing themselves here in this area of play. They've taken this option twice now. The first one they won cleanly and then attacked down the short side. We'll see if they've got more here. And again, really love this option. You get to isolate some one-on-one battles in the open field, but the ball has to get won cleanly.
Big drive coming in from Springfield. They're right near the touchline again. We are doing a lot of work on this left-hand touchline. Haven't seen quite what the call is yet.
Looks like the player was dragged out of bounds. Yeah, it looks like the player was dragged out of bounds. And again, we talked about how important it is to win the ball cleanly at the back of that scrum. So really well done by Springfield College to make that an absolute mess and give Wisconsin nothing at the back of that.
Ball up again to Master from Watertown, Massachusetts. Going the straight option again through Kyle McLaughlin from Bethel, Connecticut. Looking wider but dropping the ball. Blue Golds coming on that one. Springfield pushing themselves back into their own end. Going to have to regather. Ajaya Olsen takes that one in. They've got the ball. They've got runners just on this side. A little bit tight here. Bit of distance. 3 defenders swarming. Again, working it towards that touchline. Ball thrown forward. Should have a scrum coming here to the Blue Golds. Blue Golds, great attacking opportunity.
Again, you mentioned it, John. You saw that Springfield was just way too condensed. Too many red and white jerseys in one small area of the field. And so it ends up being a little bit too much traffic in that area. Forces a forward pass. And so Wisconsin Eau Claire now gets an opportunity again off this scrum. The last one was not taken cleanly. They'll want to get this one to the back, out quickly, and play away.
Schmitz takes a run, runs by one player, gets to another. They're looking for the space to open up. Can they get through? They're at the try line, just a couple meters away. Springfield player has to get out of there. Referee says they're fine. However, awards a penalty. Schmitz is going to take that one in. Was hit before the 5-meter line. This player may be spending 2 minutes in the bin for this infraction.
Number 4. No.
Ryan Pontus from Fall River, Mass, studying physical education at Springfield, is going to be off the field, so a 1-player advantage, a penalty at the 5-meter line. Looking good here for the Blue Golds. Just about a minute and a half to go in this first half.
You called it, John. That yellow card was as obvious as can be. The quick tap, he was right on top of him, never made an effort to retreat, so professional foul there, yellow card against Springfield.
Just taking the direct route, not trying to use that extra player right now with the Blue Golds. Might want to reconsider that. As the ball gets picked up, they move it a little wider. Player looking for that space, coming through again, can't make it. At the line, near the line, over the line. The Blue Golds have touched one down. We'll get that number for you. They are the first on the board. William Conan from Hudson, Wisconsin, the marketing major. 5 points to the Blue Golds. Just has a little injury for his troubles there, but gets the 5 points nonetheless.
5 points nonetheless, but an injury in the process. So unlucky there for Eau Claire as you see them get over the line. So the first score of the game, but they're paying the price a little bit as you see him hobbling off the field. And this conversion kick, important for them, as we know every point matters, especially in a final like this where you know it's going to be a close game. So Eau Claire strikes first.
Claire, good try right there. They're up 5-0, 30 seconds to go in this half. Like, they've spent the majority of this half in the Springfield end there, so that bodes well for them, certainly.
They have definitely won the territory battle. Springfield really hasn't gotten a chance to play at the other end of the field. So if you're going into halftime now, that'll be a main message for them, is we've got to get this ball upfield, playing the other end, and here's a penalty that'll help them do just that.
15 seconds on the game clock in the first half here. Springfield College would love to have some points going into the break here. We'll see what the decision is. A little wrap around there. Defense for the Blue Golds, holding strong, putting some pressure on. Players coming out wide, getting the ball just outside the 22. Not sure if they have the speed to get around this ball. Just gets whipped out of there. Referee says it's okay.
Hands away, no.
Eau Claire players thought the Springfield College players were in touch. And they come across again, not taking a ton of the field up there. Most of their players staying within the half field inside the post there. Springfield comes again. Is this the break they're looking for? Big Owen Cordair. Cordair takes out
Back up.
from Waterford, Connecticut. You can see the Springfield players just a little bit bunched here as that one gets pushed through, knocked back and forth. Bit of a messy rugby game going on here at the moment as the Blue Golds come up with it. We're at the end of the first half here. Opportunity to extend their lead if they can get around, and they're going to take it. That is Joe Wesley from Burbage, England, touching that one down. And Joe Wesley extends the lead. They're at 10-0. Kick to come.
New Cleric strikes second again. That time, remember, take a look at your screen. Springfield College still serving that yellow card sentence for that penalty in front of the post that led to the first try then. And so Springfield College had the ball, just not the territory, as you mentioned. They had that ball for at least 90 seconds or so, just dancing around laterally, side to side in their own end. But they only had 6 players on the field. So I think they ran out of gas a little bit, turned the ball over, and Wisconsin Eau Claire makes no mistake. They punched that one in right before halftime.
And that is halftime with Eau Claire going in to lead the Blue Golds, looking to win this D3 championship. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match. Play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back. We're just about to get the second half underway. Springfield trails in this D3 final. Eau Claire, the Blue Golds. University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. See Luke Pugh there, ready to take the ball down. 7 minutes, 10 points. John Broker with Mike Petrie. Springfield gets us going. Nice kick, taken down by Springfield. Pinpoint accuracy. Across they come. Barnaby. Little shake there from Springfield. See what changes, alterations they made the strategy at halftime. They were a little bunched towards the end of that second half. Maybe they'll go for a little width here as they move the ball out. Pontus, little chip forward there from Olsen. Comes into the hands of one of the Eau Claire players. Slips away from one, slips away from two. Able to get that ball away. Is there space in behind? Can this player make it? He's surrounded by Springfield College players. Going to have to get some support there. Good job holding his feet till he does. Players have to let him go if they have him in the air like that, so they're good to go. Looking to get this ball down this right-hand side.
Release him.
Schmitz moves it across. What can they find as they start to probe the field? Ball comes out there from Wilson.
Take a step, please, back. Take a step back. Use it.
Little individual break there. Ball thrown on the ground. It was thrown forward, however. So knock on, up 10-0. Eau Claire will give up the scrum to the Springfield College.
And Springfield needs this one. They need something to go their way. They're starting to run out of time here in this final. They're down by 2 scores. You can see the wind at their backs a little bit left to right across our screen. But hopefully they can muster something up and get back in this game because time's a wasting and they got points to put on the board.
Olsen moves that ball. They get it out to a wing. He's a little bit isolated. Has 2 defenders in front of him. Has to use some footwork, and he gets through. He's across the 50-meter line. Does he have the grass? This is Nathan Master. Gets tripped up just by the bootlace. Player from Eau Claire wound up on the ground. Pugh makes the eventual tackle. He tries to get back up, but can't get his hands in there. They move it quickly out to that side. Barnaby cuts back in after the pass. McLaughlin gets the ball live. Can they get points on the board? Springfield. Pass it back the other way. Coderre takes it to the ground. Springfield, an opportunity here for 5 to 7 points would make a huge difference. 2 minutes gone in the second half. A little more urgency from this Springfield team. Good work by Olsen. He's looking for a teammate. Gets it to Barnaby. Barnaby moves it a little wider. Can they get it out wide? Was it knocked on by Eau Claire? Knocked on by Springfield, according to the referee. It's going to be an Eau Claire scrum.
And it went forward towards the dead
Nathan
ball
Master, not thrilled with that call. The referee going to stick with it.
You can sense that frustration from Springfield, just looking for something there. They were almost through. They were really out in the open, and what a scrambling tackle that time from Wisconsin Eau Claire to drag down the ball carrier. I mean, it was a lunging tackle that just knocked them off balance and tripped them up in the open field. But otherwise, that would have been points on the board for Springfield College.
Eau Claire, the Blue Golds, good job kind of putting pressure on that defense, getting the players to have to turn in. Is this a good break? Speed coming across, looking left, coming back right. The offload goes directly in the hands of a Springfield College player. The referee's going to whistle.
Sorry. Time off. No. I got incorrected that. White was the attacking team. It'd be a scrum to white. Be a scrum to white. I was involved in the tackle.
Scrum to white attacking team. It seemed the referee was caught up in that. So he's going to have to award the scrum here.
Looks like the referee wanted to jump in and make a hit. And he says, I was involved in the tackle. That's as good as it gets, John, but not quite sure what happened there. Yeah.
And crouch!
Honesty is the best policy. Not going to let it keep going there. The Blue Golds have the ball through Calvin Schmitz. Silver Creek, Minnesota native studying coaching at Eau Claire. Here comes Schmitz. Schmitz looking for some space, gets taken down. Ball comes up. It's in the hands of Pugh. Pugh headed across field. Pass doesn't hit its intended target. But a break comes nonetheless. Benjamin Beckman gets taken down, gets the ball up in the air with the offload. Can they put another try in here? Pugh has to come in and clean that one up. If you can get the ball into his hands, it might have been pretty good. A little dummy, and they're going to go in. Looks like a great try there for Riley Hamill. Riley Hamill touches it down, and Eau Claire goes to 15 with kick to come.
John, the heart and the scrap from both of these teams right now. They are chasing line breaks, dragging down ball carriers. I mean, they are just throwing everything into this, and why not? It's a final after all. Great contact to the ground, drives him into the grass, show and go, finds the space. But look at this, not without having to work for it at the end, because Springfield's chasing them to the bitter end. Really, really love the work rate from both of these teams right now.
Riley Hamill just scored a first-year player for this Eau Claire team. 3 first-year players on the team for Eau Claire. Out of the great high school programs throughout that state. 2 minutes left to go. Referee says 15-0. Looking good for the Blue Golds here. Could walk away as your Division III champions. Springfield will want to say something about that. Just a little mistake there. You see the frustration on Springfield from that body language. From your scrum here for Eau Claire. And Mike, I would imagine they will take their sweet time about this one.
They certainly will. In Springfield, you could just see their frustration mounting. But that said, they've played well. They really, really have. I know we're nearing the final minute or so of this game. And we'd love to see them punch one in here at the end of this second half, because they have certainly earned it. They've worked for it, and here they go. Let's see if they can punch a hole in this defense.
Barnaby takes that one in, but a penalty against them. Blue Golds, you can see the excitement on their faces. Ball is in Pugh's hands. Calling for the scrum immediately. Get the sense he really enjoys this.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what to say, but he's at the end of the game, and he's like, let's go, let's scrum. This game is not over. I want more. I absolutely want more.
Set.
Schmitz. Ball back, goes over the head of the intended player. Here come the Blue Golds again through Wilson.
Tackle, release him.
Conan over that ball. Springfield trying to force the issue here, but Schmitz comes up with it, gets away. Schmitz is going to head across the 22. No problem here. Schmitz is excited. Not sure that was necessary, but he's going to touch it down. Schmitz, 5 more points for Eau Claire, and they will come away as your Division III champions over a very game Springfield College side. Just a few seconds left on the game clock. We'll see what the referee has.
And there are some very excited Wisconsin Eau Claire fans there lifting each other up. Celebrations can start now. We're over the 14-minute mark. This one just icing on the cake for them, this conversion. But Springfield College can hold their heads high. They put in quite an effort. It's been quite a weekend for them. But look at this. Look at this energy, excitement, enthusiasm, whatever you want to call it. Wisconsin Eau Claire can go celebrate their win in this tournament.
Eau Claire right there. Take the win through that final try by Schmitz. Great work. Congratulations to University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. You are Collegiate Rugby champion, D3 finalist, D3 champions here in Boyd's, Maryland. Well deserved for the team out of Wisconsin. We will step away. We're going to come back with the Division II final in just a couple of minutes.
Going nuts, she just put my chains on. Got her going crazy, like she ain't watching me. I mean, that water, the one who makes the rules. Right, let me see you do it. Do it right, do it left, do it right, do it left, do it right, do it left. Hell yeah, Left, right, left, right, left, right.
There they are, your Eau Claire, Wisconsin Eau Claire champions. Mike, any standout players for you on this Eau Claire team?
I think that was a real team effort across the board. I think they really showed that this game, what it meant to them, what it meant to their school, to their community. Small school, Wisconsin Eau Claire with big ambitions in Division III. What a win for them. What a win for their program. And again, across the board, huge team effort from them. But what a shift from Springfield College. They played valiantly and they scrapped till the end.
We're going to go down to Gigi on the sidelines with one of the players, the team here.
All right, guys, we're here with the champion, Cal. Senior year, man, how are you feeling right now after this big win?
I'm feeling great. I mean, we were chose to win this tournament, and obviously NCR knows what they're talking about because Eau Claire's #1.
And we talk about that Wisconsin pride, too. Tell me more about that and, maybe how it unites your team a little bit.
Yeah, you're talking right. 10 of the most drunk cities in America are from Wisconsin. So in Eau Claire, we can drink, and now we can officially play rugby.
And now you have a lot to celebrate. Who on your team do you think stood out the most to you today?
Our whole team stood out today. We had a lot of guys go down, and the reserve stepped up and made everyone proud themselves. Eau Claire Rugby and everyone in the stands, every single player on our team deserves to be a national champion.
Well, there we go, Cal. We're going to go let you celebrate. Congrats. Senior year, more rugby for you after this?
There's going to be a lot more rugby after this. Eau Claire is the city to be, so watch us and watch our rugby team for the next couple years.
All right, go get him, Cal. Congrats. All right, we'll send it back to you guys. That's Eau Claire. That's a championship team. More celebrations coming up after this.
Thank you. Your Division III champions, University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. We will step aside and come back with the D2 championship between UNC Wilmington and Montana State.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit.
All right, more championship hardware set to be handed out here, this time in Division 2. UNC Wilmington and Montana State. Ben Holden, John Broker. Johnny, you got the last two here. We're going to bring it home with this one. Good one you guys had just a moment ago. And see what Montana State, the Bobcats, and this Seahawks side from UNC Wilmington can put on display. Both these clubs 4 seeds. And they have done the job here as the ball possessed here by Montana State. Johnny, you've seen Montana State, right?
Montana State has a very powerful team, can also move the ball wide. They've been exciting to watch, so keep an eye on them. Great players across the board. So you will see Montana State take the power and then try to move it a little bit into the spaces out wide.
Guys, let's make sure on the crouch.
All comes down to this.
Crouch, knees off the ground, and we're driving straight, not up, okay? Crouch!
Love Xavier Arrington for UNC Wilmington. I don't know if you saw him in any of your matches, but man, is he a dangerous threat. Number 0 for this UNC Wilmington side. Here they come, plenty of speed. There's Arrington right behind the ball carrier, takes it. Arrington trying to get the edge, chucks it back into the hands of the support runner there. Gary Cortez, the runner 15 there. Now the Seahawks drifting into the middle of the pitch a little bit here.
Hands off! Advantage!
A meter shy. Laid back.
Get that number.
Turning, looking right, looking left, going back right with it. Nothing there. Good defensive work from Montana State here so far. Can they hold up?
Going to come back to the penalty middle of the field. I love the endeavor from the Seahawks coming in. And yes, I've seen Xavier Arrington. He is a player to watch. We'll see where they go here.
Is he ever? They go short, straight ahead and in. Marshall Wiseman diving and putting it down for the first points here in the D2 final.
Wiseman, a Wilmington, North Carolina native, right near the school. Taking a look, Wiseman just spots that space right in front of him, heads right in. He's going to get the first 5 points for this UNC Wilmington team, and they are starting with an awful lot of pluck, this Wilmington side.
I need you guys to be a bit louder on the comms.
Shot in front is good, so a 7-0 count here in the match. And
yeah, I can hear you.
there at Wiseman, 5'9", 175.
I can't hear you too well.
Junior.
Going same thing? Yeah.
Fleming's there in position for UNC Wilmington. Short line drive kick handled here by Montana State. Here they come with some pace. Slowed a bit, now they work it to the edge. Trying to get by, still with it, looking for help. They get it.
No hands, Green.
The tackle turned in there from Wiseman. Bobcats. Weaving his way, turning with the ball there was Carlson. They've got an option outside if they want it. Instead, they keep it inside, and that is put down. Excellent finish from Finn Russell.
Finn Russell, no relation. Great work there. Powerful player. 5'9", 220. We have time off here.
Injured player there for UNC Wilmington. Here's a look at the try, John.
Ball comes out there, just a good run. Russell gets by a couple bumps off of one. Not held there, so he's no problem getting up and going again. And Finn Russell is going to touch that one down. The Steamboat Springs, Colorado native. Great work.
Montana State, of course, we know the geography of where they are and how big their state is. Not a lot of options for them to play. They have some lengthy car rides to go and just take part in tournaments. Here they are trying to get the kick here. They don't win it this time around. UNC Wilmington's Arrington had the ball there. To ground he went. Trying to cut up inside.
Stay there.
Put back there by Marsh. Fancy feet, spinning, getting away. Here they go, off and running. Over halfway. Looking for a little bit of help there. Dion slowed up. Marsh turns, plays it back.
No hands.
Lombard.
Good job.
Taking the ground. Gonna kick through, gonna make a run for it here. Sets up, can they get to it? Yes! Perfectly done, outstanding. Great kick, that ball set right up, and it is put down for another try from Wiseman.
Wiseman just spots that space in behind. You see him right here. Just comes up, puts it to the boot, knows he's a couple players he can probably get away a little quicker than, and he has Xavier Arrington outside of him, but not going to need him as Wiseman just burns his way down the field, touches that one down.
Brilliant little rubber by Wiseman there.
The beautiful game on display is Marshall Wiseman on hat-trick watch. And the turnout as we come down the stretch here, the last two men's matches of the day, this one and one more to follow. The kick off the mark.
Exciting game here, Ben. Both these teams really trying to go coast to coast. Obviously, both of them want this championship with everything they have. Really tired from the weekend, but putting everything they have into this.
Yep. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears in these seasons for these clubs. Ball up, battle for it. UNC Wilmington nearly had it.
Knocked on by Wilmington.
Lost forward into the
opposition. Knocked on by the Seahawks.
Here's your mark.
A lot of really contestable restarts and kickoffs this week. These teams going up for that ball, so it's resulted in a few knock-ons here and there. Some good pinpoint kicking from these teams. This one winds up in the scrum here for Montana.
Okay, let's go again. It's a warning for both teams. Crouch! Blind! Set!
Dylan Luger the put in and the takeout. Off the fingertips of the intended target back there. Holden Howe. Here come the Bobcats. Steaming their way over halfway.
No!
Good pickup.
Off your feet.
Yep, easy call there, and here comes Montana State. Heavy shot, they take it to ground. Hanging on the back there is Kerry Cortez, makes the tackle. Look, and a dummy to the outside, ball carrier kept it.
Use it!
Getting set up here. Nobody on that far edge. Everything this way. Mishandled, picked up. Wilmington's got it. Good ball played there. Put back. Played out of there by Lombard.
Fine.
Battle continues here in a 12-5 match here.
Gotta roll.
We've played the full 7. Penalty call here, though, against Montana State, John.
You can see UNC Wilmington. They definitely have the penalty here, but they have Arrington on the outside. Haven't been able to get on the ball. It's been getting closed down just inside of that. So pressure from the Montana State defense, preventing them from doing so. They're going to go for a quick tap here.
Halftime.
Yep. They'll end the half with that.
Yeah, you knocked it
For
on.
UNC Wilmington here in this Division II final. On top by a try. It's a 12-5 count. As we get another look at that beautiful second try, John, by Wiseman.
Great work.
Excellent stuff there. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. Second half coming up after this. Yeah, I think he's only touched it once.
The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Here we go, second half, Division II men's final. Montana State, the Bobcats from the great state of Montana, the 4-seed. 4-seed UNC Wilmington on top. They're about to attempt to get this kick here, but that wind has played havoc. It's pushing hard from left to right. It really has been all day. UNC Wilmington on top, 12-5. And, John, I think the biggest thing, I'm going to throw this out for you, but the ball has really not been in the hands of Xavier Arrington much at all for UNC Wilmington here so far.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't. He is an absolute gas man and a player they want to get it to, and they haven't been able to make that happen that much in this game. If they can get him in the middle of the space, it can make a huge difference. It'll be a lot for Montana State to deal with.
This is the defense. Okay?
Sure would be.
Defense.
Line out coming up here.
No, move over, move over. Guys, look at him.
Arrington and company getting set. Coming up for Montana State on the line out here. Opening minute here, the second half. Tipped, came into the hands of the Seahawks. Good forward push from the 5-meter line. Took a look instead. They keep it. It's in the hands of Mark. To ground he goes. Short range and getting that one down. It's put down in there by Flemings.
Yeah, Crispin Flemings, good try there. White line fever a little bit from this Wilmington team. They had some runners out wide, and they just decided everybody's going to power that one over. As we see the look here, and Crispin Flemings from Charlotte, North Carolina, just opens up that space for himself, powers his way through, touches down for a good 5 points here. Good start to the second half for this Wilmington team.
Got a piece there with a left hand, fending off the defender. Heavy physical finish on the run by him. So it's 17-5 here as we approach the 9-minute mark here in this Division II final.
Plenty of time here for Montana State. They're going to need to get something brewing pretty quickly.
The kick with the win. This one inside of the 22 and handled back there by the Bobcats. Good pass. Another good delivery there. Arrington trying to make the tackle there. Montana State gets the ball free.
Anything there?
Nothing there. Double teamed. Good work to get him back a little bit by UNC Wilmington. Quickly picked up by Montana State now. And good job to get that ball offloaded there before the tackle was completed into touch.
You're back there. You're over there. You're over there. You're over there.
Wilmington.
Hands in the rock. You're over there. Yeah. There you go.
Referee's happy, and we move forward here. 12-point differential here. Montana State trying to chip away at it here.
Counter rock was good.
Placed at the back. Got an option out there instead. No option needed. This one will be taken in. The solo effort and put down. Nicely done by Montana State. Ethan Carlson dots it down.
Carlson, great individual try right there. Just spotted the space, worked his way through it, and had the wherewithal to get under the post. So if they can get this kick, they'll be within 5 points, and they do. So they're 5 points away from this UNC team. So a converted try wins it for them. We take another look. Just put the speed down. That defender had somebody else to deal with on the outside. No problem there for Carlson to work his way through and get there right under the posts.
The product of Bend, Oregon, 6'3" winger, a sophomore.
That is accurate, by the way.
Well done. Inside of 3 to play here in this Division II final. Into that wind.
That's
Pretty
fine.
good kick considering that wind.
Play, no.
Now UNC Wilmington. What's their response going to be? Leading by 5 here. Back inside the middle, they go with it. The carry there from Daniel Marsh. Here's an opportunity now, and the Seahawks are going to get free. 1v1 down there, trying to outrun him to the corner. He couldn't do it. What a defensive play turned in.
Aiden Reddick did the work there to get downfield. A huge run from Reddick, but coming across there was Ethan Carlson.
If not for foul play, a try being scored. So I'm going to word penalty try and yellow card.
I agree.
Okay, thank you.
So you see here, player comes down, little wrap around to Reddick. Reddick is going to put the gas on. He's got a chaser coming on to him here in Ethan Carlson. Carlson, these are the speedsters for both of these teams. The referee says this is foul play with the high tackle. If he hadn't tackled him high, he would have scored a try. So he awards a penalty try, full 7 points, and he's going to sin bin Carlson. Not good for this Montana State team. Didn't think it was a malicious high tackle, but it was a high tackle for sure.
Can we make sure numbers
Yeah, pretty clear on the replays there. So the right call made.
Time off.
So it's 7 on the board here after that play, as John mentioned, from Reddick. Speed demon along with Arrington. But Arrington's been silent so far. Still got 2 to go, and it's a 12-point lead here for UNC Wilmington.
14. The time is off. Calm down.
A little counting going on here. The Montana State players are worried that the clock is rolling while this is happening. They want as much time to come back as they can. So just a little discussion about how many people can be on the field here, some rules committee.
You got to fight for your right? I mean, you got to stand up.
Okay. 13 blue. 13 blue. Who's the guy with the scrum cap? There. No, who's the one that got the penalty there? Number 11. Yeah, he's already off there. Yeah.
I was going to say it wasn't 13, it was 11 there, and they got it right.
11. They have a player on the field, just making sure.
Hold on, wait.
So a short-handed Montana State team here, Ben, is going to have to try to make up these 12 points. Very tough.
It's not a kickoff. It's a penalty try. So you get to tap and go. Yes.
Chargers, you heard the referee, the penalty try. That results in the tap and go, so they get it right back here. So the mountain even bigger for Montana State, trying to come back here.
Hey, listen to me. You want to continue playing the game? Scrum down, lost forward.
Got to keep it in check. I know it's a final, it's a championship, but part of this sport is the respect and making sure those emotions don't boil over. Big opportunity here for Montana State with the scrum. Down by a dozen here, approaching just a minute remaining in the match. Offload, nice job to get free. Another good ball played. Here come the Bobcats now. To the edge.
Was that forward?
Yep. That was definitely, I thought that was forward, but we play on.
Here too.
It sure did, Johnny.
Not rolling.
Penalty call here on the Seahawks.
Get off.
Yep, there's a card. No more is being taken from the referee. Yep.
Even numbers here, only 30 seconds, so looking pretty good for UNC Wilmington. Referee says last play.
That was Reddick that got the yellow and was sent off. 6-on-6 here, offload, mishandled. Came back to Montana State, and that is the match. And the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington, Division II national champions.
You see the frustration on the face of some of the Montana State players. Not pleased there. Connor Kelly, they put up a very, very good fight, a very good contest. Montana State, every reason to hold their heads high. Your D2 national champions here are UNC Wilmington.
Explain the coaches my decisions. Okay, perfect. That's all we.
Seahawks taking the national championship trophy back down Carolina way. All year they worked for this moment. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the training when no one's watching, when they do it on their own, they do it in the off season. Congratulations, what a moment for their program.
Certainly great. A few standout players in the team. Obviously, Arrington didn't show in this game as much, but Wiseman, the number 9 there, sneaking in for 2 tries, just keeping this Montana State team on their toes. You had Aiden Reddick making that big run there. Crispin Flemings, a number of these players putting their hands up as key players to this UNC Wilmington team. Well-deserved trophy for the Seahawks side.
Well, their shift has ended for the season, and that is how you want, and you hope, and you dream, and you work for getting that moment. And the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington have earned it. We're going to go
certainly have
down to the pitch here momentarily. Let's get down to Gigi.
All right, Danny, congrats on this championship. Man, you guys were just celebrating so big. How does it feel to win it all?
Oh, it feels amazing. We had kind of a little rougher start to our season, but the boys really picked it up towards the end, and so we really did well, and I'm really proud of our team.
And I hope the camera's picking up on this, but you put your body on the line, blood, sweat, and tears and everything. What does it mean for you personally to hoist that trophy?
Personally, it means a lot. I put in a lot of work this season, and then see all these guys, they put all the work in their season, so it's good for me to see them do everything they tried to do, they got to do. They practiced super hard, and it paid off, so it's always good to see that.
You told me before this, we're going to let you celebrate after this, but you spent some time in the Army, back here now, junior, UNC Wilmington. What are you excited about for playing next year?
Next year, well, for 15s, we've got a really great side coming back for 15s, so I'm super excited for 15th season. I think we can do it, win a national championship in 15s, so that'll be awesome to do 7s and 15s. And then next year, I think we have pretty much the same team next year, so we can do this again.
Back to back to back to back. Thank you so much. We'll let you go celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you. All right, we'll send it back up to you guys. Did you see the blood on the nose? That's typical rugby stuff, and we got one more match coming up after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Gigi. And that was Daniel Marsh, their fly half. And there goes the championship hardware in the hands of Xavier Arrington. National champs in Division II are the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington. Congrats to them.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready, up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Welcome back. It is the final match of day 2. Men's division championships have been taking place. This is going to be the D1 championship. You see the inflatable tunnel deflating there. It'll be back up tomorrow. John Brugger with Tim Wilkes for this D1 championship between the Wolfpack of NC State and the 49ers of the University of North Carolina. Charlotte teams are ready to go. It is going to be a fun game. Tim, you know a lot about these teams. We'll bring in just a second as we get underway. Wolfpack to receive. Ball off the foot there. Pressure coming in. Early penalty here for UNC Charlotte. The 49ers, ball in hand.
Use it.
Charlotte players spread across the field. They move it quick. It slips in behind someone. An early mistake, so I have to work back on this ball. They have a hold of it, but spill it forward that time. It's in the Wolfpack hands. Wolfpack throw on up over the top there. Rolls the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Referee
Advantage was over.
saying advantage was over.
No quick.
So we're going to have a line out here to the to UNC Charlotte, pardon me. Tim, you know a bit about these teams. Talk about their road here and what we're looking at.
Yeah, for the boys from Raleigh, the NC State Wolfpack, they've had a great 3 matches, putting up at least 21 points in every single match, a dominating fashion. Last year they were runners-up, fell to Louisville, but they took on Louisville, the Cardinals, in their last match, dominated 29-0. They are here on a mission and ready to get the first try on the board.
A little offload there. They're finding their way through the space. The Wolfpack, that is Hugh Redden. Hugh Redden's going to touch that one down. Redden from Galway, Ireland, an engineering major, gets 5 points on the board for the Wolfpack. Just a minute and a half into this one.
We see here just why Redden is the superstar on this squad. His 8th try of the tournament, one of the leaders on the D1 side. Too much speed on the outside, good hands to filter it out there to him, and he dots it down for the try.
Kick is good, so they get the full 7 out of that one. Just about 2 minutes gone. Wolfpack will restart this one. UNC Charlotte to receive. See some corn huskers in the crowd.
Players on Charlotte's side. It's been a tough sledding, but they have earned every victory. 7-point win, a 2-point win, and a 3-point win. They are a gritty team, and they're going to need that here in the D1 final.
In and over that ball quickly. Ball's alive. Little work back and forth. Having to get themselves going. The ball spills. Referee spots it. Going to be a scrum here to the Wolfpack.
Referee for this match, Justin Hale out of the Lone Star State, one of the best down in Texas. Spots that one as you see here, tries to filter this one back out. Collision comes and just knocked that one forward as he was coming into the ruck. Turnover ball back to NC State.
Set.
Ball spills there from the Wolfpack. Nerves in the finals. They've both gotten here through a winner-takes-all tournament, cascading rugby tournament. You have to win every game to become champion. Nerves creeping in now. 3 minutes gone. Division I final, Collegiate Rugby Championships. Scrum is going to be to the 49ers of UNC Charlotte.
Bind. Set.
Pressure coming on that interior of the defense, trying to work it wide. Going to have to come back in and set that one up. Taken to the ground is Aaron Stuber from South Carroll High School. Coming across there is Rodney Wayne Robinson. Gets the ball back in hand, goes around the back of one of his own players. The referee says that's okay. Robinson puts a one-handed pass away. If they can get a pass here, they've got some runners outside. Here come UNC Charlotte. Nice work. Player decides to take it in. That's Cam McKinnon. Finally offloads it to Stuber. Now they have to go to the ground. Dylan Sachs moved that one away. UNC Charlotte
ball on the ground.
playing the ball on the ground, so it's going to be a Wolfpack penalty.
Yeah, they're inside the ruck. Tried to filter that one back to the squad, illegally so. But we saw the leading try scorer, McKinnon. He's got 2 tries, a couple others joining him there. Number 7 for UNC Charlotte. They're the game breakers.
That one is not going to find touch. It's going to roll, but it's rolling awkwardly here. UNC Charlotte at their own 5-meter line. We'll see what they're going to decide to do with this. Player shapes for a kick, but then hangs onto it. Gets well tackled. Does Sachs. Charlotte holds on to the ball. They've got a long distance to go. 2-on-2 out here, unless they can find some space through the middle. Not going to make it happen for him. Stuber. Ball up to Roberts.
Backwards.
Went backwards according to the ref. Good work there by the Wolfpack. Player was about to pass it, and they just spotted that and came right in.
Field was good.
But illegal. It didn't release it once they were taken to the ground. So a penalty here for the 49ers. 49ers just inside their own 40-meter line, going the director, taking into contact. And I have to get some players there to recycle, and they do. A lot of players taking one-off runs here. Charles McKinnon from Mooresville, North Carolina. A one-handed pass over the side. UNC Charlotte, the step. Looking for the corner. Not going to find it. Taken down. Player stays in field. Good work. Wolfpack trying to come over that one and do illegally. So Wolfpack ball. They go to the boot. They spot some room in behind. This is a foot race currently being won by the Wolfpack. Will he get the bounce? He gets a little chip forward again. Gets hold of it, touches it down. Great work, Wolfpack. That is Mateo Caznabet. Caznabet from Tarbes, France, touches down to try. They move ahead to 12. NC State looking strong. 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Caznabet's first try of the tournament. Has hit 8 conversions, so he'll set up for that as well. But a great kick forward. Again, wind still blowing a little bit left to right, about 10 to 15 miles an hour, so they use that to their advantage. Get the nice hop, had the wheels to take it the distance. A great job, had the wherewithal to tap that one final time, 2 times, playing a little soccer with it, and then dots it down for the try. Great work from NC State.
At the 7-minute mark, 12-0 Wolfpack. Referee saying there's time for a kick. Charlotte players want to get some points on the board before going into the break. 49ers put the little chip through. The chase is on. Where's it going to come down? Is it rolling towards the touchline? It is. Player trying to keep that one in, but it goes out. Referee looks at his watch, whistles us for halftime. We'll go into the half for the lead for the NC State Wolfpack. Be back in just a minute with second half action.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready? Up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This is going to be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They could be pushing into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out for.
We will be back on your airwaves very soon.
Our world is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in
Welcome back to the final match of the Collegiate Rugby Championship Day 2 Men's Divisions. It is the Division I Championship. North Carolina State and say the Wolfpack leads. UNC Charlotte, the 49ers, John Brook with Tim Wilkes. Wolfpacks get us started. We've had some really good champions crowned so far. It has been a wonderful day of rugby, evening of finals. Charlotte on the hunt, looking for some points here. They're just down by 12, plenty of time. See how they regathered at halftime. A little dump-off pass gets a player with good momentum going forward.
Got to get out faster, White.
Garrett Heighton. Wolfpack didn't get away quick enough, so UNC Charlotte forcing the issue here. Referee wants him to stop there. Garrett Heighton. Again, ball comes to the inside. Did it go forward? Knocked on, according to the referee. So an opportunity here for the Wolfpack to push us out of their zone.
That was Zach Lambert, number 20. Almost had that one. It was a good group of phases there for the boys in green. Looked like they were going to be able to come down and quickly get back into this match, but a stout defensive stand here. Now inside their 22 for NC State. Again, last year's runner-ups looking to get to the top of the mountain this year.
Ball coming in here from the Wolfpack. PFO gets that one in and takes it out, goes to the ground. Wolfpack. Extra runner on the outside, but big defense coming in from Charlotte. Shut that down, trying to get it out to the width. Wolfpack can't quite find it. Can these players get in there? Look what the player dove off the ground, but referee happy with it. So UNC Charlotte on the move. 49ers not covering too much of the field, so going to take the power route as the ball comes to Sachs. Move the ball again. A little pass out there to Robinson. Robinson gets the ball out. Lots of offloads coming here. And hitting hand. Referee has an advantage.
No line break.
Seems to be an offsides penalty there.
You all right?
A bit slammed to deck on that final play after the whistle. Seems to be in good shape. Attacking opportunity now for Charlotte. Got to crack through and get those first 5 on the board.
Nobody wants to leave these games. Robinson gets us started. Ball hits the ground, but wasn't touched. Referee's happy with it, but pressure on themselves. The Sachs has to take it to the ground. Little offload. Charlotte.
Backwards. No, Green, you're offside. You're fine, 7.
Offside.
Your other man was offside, mate.
Referee. Tell the Charlotte players they were offsides. Let them play. Ball rolls into touchdown by the Wolfpack. 22 drop.
Yeah, looking with the kick there. Referee called for the offsides. Tell him to get back. McKinnon thought it was him. A little bit distracted there, but still on the front foot, trying to crack the code.
Little rolling kick there from the Wolfpack coming through. Gavin Collins. Players from the Wolfpack in and over that one. Seemed to be a good turnover. Wolfpack with the ball, up 12-0, 4 minutes to go in this D1 final. Another ball thrown over the back. Both these teams, just look at these offloads, not always going to hand. That one goes a little wider. They move it back across. Bunch in the middle of the field, both of these sides at the moment. Not releasing. It is going to be Charlotte ball. Referee is going to have a word here. Wolfpack player is going to take 2 minutes in the sin bin. Mark's a little further back. Good work there by McKinnon. Trying to sneak it forward, but they have a man advantage to Charlotte. They can take advantage of this. Just down by 12.
You got to release White first. Assistant tackler has to release.
Charlotte through Robinson. Now McKinnon.
Tackle out.
A little wider this time. It's a 2-on-2. Can somebody find that space through?
No, leave the
Not
ball, leave
so
the ball.
far.
White needs to roll
Collins
out.
goes to ground. Player looking to zigzag his way through, gets the ball out to a waiting teammate there, and Ethan Howard, but they're stuck in front of the post. Staunch defense from a short-handed Wolfpack team here. Now the space opens up. Away they go, and through they go. UNC Charlotte's going to touch it down. 5 points. Is this a road back for them, Tim?
Had that man advantage, and they were able to make him pay. Back and forth they went, and finally found the gap on the outside. Little 2v1. Gets it here. Made that final defender think he was possibly going outside. Split the two and took it in for the try. Great work there for UNC Charlotte. Garrett Heighton, his 3rd try of the tournament.
German-born mechanical engineering major. Kick to come, critical kick. It is good, so it is 12-7. Unconverted try ties it. Converted try would win it for the 49ers. If they can scrap this out, taking a look at the try, Tim.
Great work there. Full extension, but they just could not come up with a Maxime Bontron. Almost had him, but too much power and pace to take it home. Exactly what the 49ers needed.
Ball's going to be knocked forward by the Wolfpack there. Referee spotted a couple of them. It's going to be a scrum here for Charlotte. Minute and a half to go, trailing by 5.
It's probably about 30 seconds. They're going to send him in whenever. He's standing up, so it's pretty close. It's probably next dead ball. Here, please, Green.
So you hear from Justin Hale, about 30 seconds left on that yellow card. Still the one-man advantage for the 49ers. You see 3-on-2 on the outside. Wolfpack going to try to give a big shove in the scrum, though.
Set!
Ball comes in from Charlotte. Sachs moves it away in the middle of the field. Not looking too well at using that advantage. McKinnon on the outside gives a wraparound. Ball spilled forward. Going to be a scrum here for NC State. Little mistake there. May bring this player back on. 45 seconds to go.
That was the opportunity they needed there. Had some space on the outside. Good looping run. Not the highest pace.
Hey, White and Green.
Work right there, but they were doing a great job.
To form the scrum. Scrum is called get here. Time's back on.
Referee wanting people to move pretty quickly to these. Scrum coming for the Wolfpack.
Set.
NC State. Ball away. 15 seconds on the game clock. Referee may have a little extra time. NC State puts the offload in. Tackle comes in from the 49ers. Is there some space in behind? There's a 2-on-1 here. They get the ball to the outside. Trying to make a big break there are the NC State Wolfpack. Players told not to touch that ball, but they're in. Finally get that. Tell them Green they missed it. Penalty here. We're at 14 minutes.
Yeah, we got one more play. We got one more play. We got
referee saying
yeah,
final play.
We got 10 seconds.
Mariners tried to get aggressive in there, but got caught on the poach. Did not release the tackled player before he went in for the poach, and so they get dinged and moved back. And John, just a couple seconds left. They just found out how much time is left on the clock, and seconds away from finally getting to the top of the mountain.
Hey, both sides.
Runners up last year, national champions, just seconds away here for the Wolfpack.
Coach!
Wolfpack heard there was 10 seconds, chose a scrum. They're just eating up the clock here. Good work by the Wolfpack. All they have to do is get this ball in a touch. Blocked down. This would be interesting. Penalty. Look at this. Players coming in, not to the gate. So it is the last chance dance time for UNC Charlotte. An unconverted try would tie it up off of that mistake by the Wolfpack around the scrum. They're back to full strength, the Wolfpack, so they're going to have to really work here as UNC Charlotte doesn't get too much distance. We can have a line out just inside the Wolfpack half.
We're here.
Players to look for here. Leading try scorer, number 9, Garrett Heighton. Number 7, Cam McKinnon with 2 as well. Let's see if they have a little left in the tank. 3 matches already on the weekend. Tired legs. Who has enough to get it done for the national championship?
Watch the 5 for me, Pete. Good throw.
Charlotte puts a ball in there. It's over the top. Now the Wolfpack are going to get that one in a touch. And your Collegiate Rugby Championship D1 Men's champions are the North Carolina State Wolfpack. NC State, good final. A very game. UNC Charlotte 49ers team. Tim, what a finish.
Terrific stuff. They had to play a ton of defense there in the second half. No tries for themselves, but they've leaned on that defense, and they got the job done. Hugh Redan had 8 tries on the weekend, got one of those down, and the celebration is on for the NC State Wolfpack.
You see a happy team right there. Tim, any players that really stood out for you here on this NC State team? I know you mentioned a couple.
Really, it was Redan had that one try, but had that kick. They had the wind at their backs. It was a tight match. Casnabet with the kick forward. Mateo Casnabet scooped it up, scored the try. He is the other player to be talking about here this afternoon as you see him raising that trophy and now celebrating with the rest of the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack, your champions, rightly celebrating. Great work, NC State. We're going to shoot down momentarily to Gigi on the sidelines with one of the Wolfpack players.
Can't wait to get the
All right, Zach, I mean, that kind of came down to the wire. How are you guys feeling right now after the celebration?
Feeling amazing. Losing last year in the championship, we've been thinking about this moment all year, and it's just great to see the boys happy. And all respect to Charlotte, thank them for playing a great game. The yellow card hurt, but feels good.
And then winning it or losing it last year, you said, man, what was the grit? And what did it take for you guys to come together as a team throughout the season?
The team is as close as it's ever going to be, and I can't wait to go celebrate with them right now. But, I mean, we've been thinking about it all year. In the moment of losing, it's very motivating.
All right, guys, I think it's time to send Zach back over to his team to celebrate. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Thank you for your time.